Hey, prepare yourself, guys. Welcome back to another episode of The Rundown After Dark. This is your home for entertainment news and reviews by fans for fans. Today, we're going to talk a little bit, or a lot, about Jonah Hill, the drama that he's going through. We're going to cover the Emmy nominations, and I have a Reddit story that I want Tabatha to read regarding a stalker who found love. All that tonight and more on The Rundown. Guys, thank you guys for joining us. We're going to chop the show up into 3 parts. As always, entertainment news. Like I said, we're going to do some reviews. We're going to talk full spoilers.
Full spoilers?
I don't care. Spoiler time for Mission Impossible 7. Joining me for the first time ever, we have a full Rundown crew for the first time in
not ever
6-7 months.
I was about to say a while. 7
months.
Yeah.
There was no dog ate my homework. What is it? What's the one Gio gave me? I have a job and responsibilities. Sick kids, things like that. All that blah, 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 yakety schmackety.
The storm was too much. Raining.
Right.
It was a hurricane,
I wish it would rain.
I know. Now we're begging
now
for
we're
it.
like, bring a storm.
Oh, yeah. Joining us off today, we have Tabatha Jordan. What's up?
Hey, that's me.
Is your mic on? I
It
can't,
better be.
I can't feel your excitement.
Hello.
Yeah, that's not good enough. Also with us, Joy. Hey, babe.
Hello.
And sitting in the seat that I was going to sit in, but then I changed my mind.
I'll give you all the excitement. What's up? It's Gio. I'm back. Back on the show.
Failed.
All
right, guys. Like I said, we're going to go over some trending topics. We're going to talk about some movie stuff. And then we're going to go over your comments in the live chat. I better set that up so it'll pop up in a little there. So if anything you guys want to say, let me know in the chat. Because I had it all set up.
Always an excuse.
And then at the last minute.
Always an excuse.
A glitch happened. And so I'm pissed. You guys know when I get pissed like that.
Because a glitch in the Matrix?
The glitch in the Matrix, caused some trouble.
He really did have his panties in a wad, though, before the show. Like, we were all picking on him. We weren't getting anything. He had wide eyeballs and everything. It was scary. I didn't like it.
Yeah. Well, we'll get through it. All right. We got some entertainment news stuff to talk about real quick. Babe, you have your notes set up?
I do.
Anything up for what's the first topic of the night?
Yeah.
From E! News.
From E! News.
A lot of you have noticed that TikTok has become 24-hour coverage of dissecting and reevaluating anything and everything that an influencer or anybody has ever done in their entire life.
Accurate.
Either as herself or her character Miranda sings. So here we are to run down a timeline of Colleen Ballinger's controversies.
I hope.
All right.
I hope I have
never ending.
Yeah, we talked about it last time Gio was here, and Gio was like, "I'm already bored with this person." But then something else happened.
Yeah.
I'm old. There's no proof of anything from back those days.
Well, I mean, I got proof. It's just hidden in my hope chest.
I mean, there was maybe some old Polaroid photos.
Yeah, like I got it hidden in my hope chest so no one can find it.
And last time I was here, where I'm like, I don't really know who this person. I know she's an old YouTuber.
Yeah.
And now I still don't care. So
I just don't think she's funny. I don't understand.
I told Chris that I was you guys were watching it, and I was going, why is this entertaining?
Yeah,
I don't get it.
It's funnier to make fun of her than her actual jokes. Like, it's ridiculous.
I know that she's been an long time YouTuber. Like, I get that. I remember her from all that. But I legit do not think that she has got a comedic style to her that I would enjoy watching. Her characters aren't funny. The content's not funny. Like, I don't understand why she's even remotely considered a successful YouTuber.
No idea how she got a Netflix show.
Yeah, and so it's a really weird concept for me. And then the character she has that's in the controversy doesn't make any damn sense to me. Like, normally there's a reason why somebody has created a character to have like this fun journey with, but I don't understand this character. It makes no sense to me. And maybe it's a humor I don't get, but
I'm like, okay, boomer.
Maybe. I'll chalk it up. Maybe I'm too old for this. That's really what it makes.
Colleen Ballinger and all of us are the exact same age, pretty
old
much.
is she?
She's in her 30s. She's in her 30s.
Okay, so I'm older than her technically.
Yeah.
But yeah, so.
But her comedy still falls flat.
I don't get it. Like I don't get it.
Was she trying to be funny with that apology video? Like.
And
I think she thought she was.
Yeah.
I'm playing a banjo, and focus on this instead of my controversies.
Yeah.
It's like you're not SNL.
Well,
friend.
and I think that she may. What comes off to me is she actually feels like she didn't do anything wrong. I don't think that she thinks that any of this controversy is for.
I think she
a purpose.
thinks. I was just being funny.
Yeah. Like she doesn't see any.
No,
of
well,
the,
if I was joking, then it doesn't count.
it doesn't count. If
because
it's
I
a joke,
was
it's
not
fine.
being
Like
serious.
it's where people don't think that comedy can overstep a boundary, and it can.
Yeah.
It can. You can overstep a boundary in comedy. Not everything is meant to be made fun of. Even though that I know there's some. My own father and I have had this argument, like, to a serious extent, where he thinks if he makes it in a joke form, it's okay to joke about it. I'm so sorry. That's not accurate.
I think it'd be better if she was serious about it and made an actual an apology video that comes from the heart, that isn't played as a joke like it looked when she was making her own apology video.
What she said was
Yeah.
my advisor said that I can't talk about this controversy, but they didn't say anything about singing about it.
Yeah.
Then she pulls out the ukulele and I said, look, well, she kind of got her comeuppance for that, because the person that she was talking about, that the person that accusing her of inappropriateness with a minor and stuff, they responded to her ukulele apology with their own ukulele response and bombed right back
I
at.
hope it was metal version.
I don't know. I haven't watched any of it, but I just saw it posted and I was like, that's brilliant. That's the problem because the internet is already targeting you and made you the subject of the summer. They're dissecting every little thing that you've ever done. Is the court of public opinion has now decided to, dissect your entire career. Yeah. So when the person she was apologizing to pulled out their own ukulele to pretty much say, "Go fuck yourself," it was brilliant. I was I said, retire. Stop.
Well, and
you should have listened to your advisors.
I need to watch that video.
There are things where, it's one thing when we have a lot of celebrities that they pull up something from a long time ago, and that person goes, "Man, I'm not even the same as I was then. I totally would never do that now. Whatever." But she still does that stuff. Yeah. And she just feels like it's not a problem. It's all in fun and it's funny. So
these were jokes.
Nobody should be caring.
Yeah. And look, there comes a time and a place where you can maybe push a boundary or try to step along that line and toe the line. But when it comes to things like grooming and the things that she's being accused of, and why go there? Why even attempt to? Why do you need to make a joke out of that? That's the stuff I don't get. Yeah. Like, why is that the avenue that you need to go down?
It makes no sense.
It doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Go down a different avenue. Go somewhere else. If it's not working for you, why dig your heels in and continue to do it?
She's just making a bigger hole for herself.
Yes, it just makes no sense.
And I don't know what kind of response she was thinking of getting, but
I mean, when the world has already decided to make you the butt of every joke, so there's a reason why. I mean, there's so many people that don't listen to their lawyers or their advisors and whatnot. People don't. People feel like there's a saying about there's that sense of control when you're driving a car, how people are more afraid to fly than there are to drive. And it's like, well, why are you more well, the statistics show that flying is safer. He said, but because I'm in control of the wheel, I feel like I can. Well, that still doesn't change the statistics. No. But I mean, it's like when your advisors tell you the facts. Yeah. Maybe there's a lawyer that was telling her, I've gone through this with other celebrities and other YouTubers or whatever in similar situations. We weathered the storm, kept quiet for a couple of months to a year, and then they were able to have some kind of a recovery. Yeah. And they can hear that advice and even believe it. And then one day, I don't know what happens. They just feel like, I mean, that it works for some people. There's people who have successfully gotten the highest office doing these things. But not everybody can be Trump. Not everybody is Teflon Don. You're just Colleen Ballinger. All right, what works for he will not work for thee.
Oh
The thing is, I don't know her.
So
Like
I don't know her either,
history.
but that doesn't mean
no,
she's
but
not
I mean
stupid.
Yeah.
to say, does she know how to do anything else? Does she have a degree? Has she ever done anything else?
I hope so.
I hope so, but I mean,
I don't think that
something
matters
you
anymore.
Well, I mean,
no,
she,
but something for you to be able to say, I do need to lay low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me go do
Yeah.
something else.
Yeah.
yeah.
Forget about this for a while, and maybe in a few years I can revisit what I used to
Yeah.
do. But I don't know.
Well, she has
what
10.
sh-
She has
she
like
has-
10 million. I mean, 12 according to
Okay.
Google.
Yeah, but a lot
$12
of those
million
people,
net,
that stuff that's tied up.
But she
they're
obviously has a
counting
team
your-
of people, right? Like
Yeah.
she's
Yeah.
at the space in her career where she's got a team of people. How is it that her team of people are not directing her into the proper?
According to
avenue?
her ex-boyfriend, that's the problem. She don't listen to nobody when she
You
disagrees.
see, there are people who listen to their team or people who don't. The people who do, any kind of controversy. Johnny Depp didn't speak out for a long time. Who's the guy who plays Kang? He still has not spoken out.
So he's listening to his team. Like,
Yeah,
stay
he's
the fuck
listening.
quiet.
There are celebrities who do, and there are celebrities who don't listen to their team.
Yeah.
And just stay quiet. Like, that's for the better of only
She just,
you,
yeah,
know?
and
like,
she sounds like a narcissistic person.
According to her
Yeah.
ex-husband, she
Like,
is.
just like
allegedly.
And I don't actually know. I haven't
Yeah.
heard anything from him, so I actually don't know it. But
We're about to go through a timeline, but yeah, go for
but
it.
from what it sounds like with how she's reacting and how she is trying to navigate the narrative, she sounds like it's a narcissistic personality issue.
Yeah.
Like she can't fathom that anyone would think other than the way she thinks of herself.
Yeah.
And she is going to demand that route for everyone else because she's trying to create control in a situation that she doesn't have control in. And it's a narcissistic move. And she's not gaining anything from it. And she
Right.
really needs to like evaluate what she's doing, go away for a while, like maybe get out of the spotlight and get some help because obviously she's not in her right mind with what she's doing and the way she's responding.
Most of the time, narcissists
They can't see it. They can't.
they just
They
truly
can't.
believe that everybody else is wrong but them, so they're not going to get help.
Yeah.
because I don't have a problem.
Yeah.
No,
I can
for sure.
quit whenever I want to. You're the narcissist.
Yeah,
No,
I know,
but-
I know.
try coming back after this.
Yeah.
I
I mean, but stranger things have happened. But, I mean, she will not go on like tours and the way
Well,
she
they've
used
already,
to. They've already
they've been
canceled.
canceling
yeah.
her right and left.
Yeah, yeah.
Places that
I
she's
just
got.
I agree with you though from the beginning. I don't know how she got to the position she's in.
I
Like
mean,
I
YouTube-
remember when she
this-
first came out and I was like, oh, this is stupid, and then I forgot about
One
her.
man's treasure, another
Another
man's treasure.
I know, but still, like I truly do not get how she has any sort of clout. Like I don't get it.
Well, whatever clout she had, she basically ruined
But if you
it.
can see, though, a lot of it was the little kids
Which is unfortunate.
who thought that was
Okay, so you got
hilarious.
someone like this out on YouTube, and people were getting upset about the Rachel chick, who is pure innocence and loveliness.
because you used the word gay,
Okay,
which she didn't.
she didn't. That's the point.
But we looked it up and we found out.
But like, then there's this, you know what, out on the
Yeah.
world, and like, who's been getting away with this crap forever. But you have pure innocence and love coming out of.
To be honest, I told Chris and I was like, it'll be an unpopular opinion, or people will say that's not a factor in it. But I'm like, it's probably been overlooked for a very long time.
Long time, yeah.
Because
That's what a lot of people are saying.
she's pretty.
I don't think she's pretty at all.
She's very pretty.
I'm looked at her.
Not talking about her Miranda.
I mean, we're not.
No, I'm
look,
talking
we're not.
about
We're not gonna.
her.
We're not setting you up on a date. But I mean,
No.
you got.
I am a gay female who looks at women and can like assess whether they are attractive or not. I would not fuck her.
Yeah, you're based. You're mainly
No,
looking. Look, you're
no.
mainly looking at her
I'm looking
personality.
at her right there. That photo. I would not fuck her.
So
There-
so
back
much
to
for
what
women
Chris
supporting
said.
women. Oh, I
One
guess there's
man's
a limit.
trash is another man's treasure.
I would not fuck her. I,
I think
wouldn't
to the
touch
general
Me
public,
neither.
she's a pretty person that
I'd give her.
gets a
I'd
pass
give it
for
a chance.
being pretty. Because had she been,
These guys can lie all they want
Forget about
to.
this controversy,
it. I
right?
would not fuck her.
had
I
she
really
been
would.
what the
I wouldn't
world
admit it.
considers not a pretty person,
I can
she
see
would have been called
why,
out
like,
in a hot
you know,
minute.
And
people
you know
could
what?
find her
I can
attractive, though.
definitely see
I can
where
see
you're
Because she is
saying
attractive.
that.
I mean,
Like,
Yeah.
I think that she's what you would call average. Like I don't
mean,
don't
there's-
see her as celebrity.
Well,
pretty.
people that we can make that into a whole different topic. Most of the people in the world's concept of the rating scale, like from 1 to 10, is messed up. Everybody believes that anything below a 7 is considered ugly, and that's not how it works.
No.
Average is 5.
There's brown bag specials.
No, but everybody thinks that if you're given a 6 or a 5 or 6, 7 or 5, that means ugly. That does not mean ugly.
Or anything that's.
But we can make that into a topic here later.
People consider different. Like if she had been not in her dressed up character, but
Herself.
her regular life, covered in tattoos, piercings, crazy hair colors, people would have been poking at their stuff immediately, going, "Oh, something's weird about her."
Yeah.
Because
keep
she's
her
not
away
what
from the kids.
The world considers to be the pretty people, the popular people.
Yeah,
that
pretty
type of thing.
pretty
if
pass.
you
Yeah.
Google her, there are pretty pictures of her when you Google her.
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
She's
like,
what-
she's dolled up and wearing makeup.
I
and all
looked
that.
at those. I just don't
Yeah.
think she's
She's
pretty.
what
Tabatha,
a large
we're
part
not
of the
trying to get you to
population
smash, okay?
considers to be
Jeez.
the pretty
Relax.
I just wouldn't smash it.
All right, because but if you
you
did,
pass
but if
it.
you didn't know any of this ugly stuff that she was accused of,
I still wouldn't smash her.
that
honestly.
we're not saying that you would just jump anybody's
Well,
bonds.
I'm gonna be honest. She is not my type.
Well, there you go.
Well, yeah, I can.
I mean, everybody has a type.
Yeah, she's not my type, and that's probably
So
what it is.
so you're saying if she didn't have this controversy at all, she's not your type. You just go up to people and tell them, I wouldn't fuck you.
I don't tell them that. I'm not mean.
Yeah, no, you
Well, so-
just.
but-
I just
but-
don't
but not-
approach
but
them.
exactly.
You just
But
have those
not-
thoughts.
But
know?
now you
Yeah.
have the.
Yeah.
But now you feel like you have the pass to be mean because you know what she did.
No, I don't have a pass to be mean. What
So
I'm
give her the
saying-
damn compliment.
I can't give her the compliment. I would just say nothing. We're in a conversation where you're asking my opinion, so this is my damn opinion.
Be superficial and judge her fucking beauty.
She's not pretty. There's
Okay.
no
That's be-
beauty.
Okay.
She's not pretty because she's cringy.
Rate her.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah, that I can give you. I hate doing this because I'm supposed to be a feminist, but I can do it. Okay, if
She's
we go
average at best.
She's average. I honestly would probably put her at about a 4 or 5.
A 4 or 5?
Yeah, I would put her at a 4 or 5.
Before or
You're like,
after the
for me.
sex?
Do you know what it is though?
Oh wait. Well, speaking of that, I got that. I got
Yeah,
the
yeah,
soundboard.
you do.
Look.
For me,
Yeah, I don't know if they can. Guys
For
in the
me,
chat, if you can hear that,
it's
let me
in her
know.
face. I do not like her nose. If I'm gonna get critical, like a
Oh.
female gets critical, I do not.
Well,
like her nose.
hold on. Well, let's go full.
don't
Let's
like
go
it.
full screen. If you're gonna
Yeah.
get canceled,
I gotta get canceled. I am not attracted to her face. Now,
No,
she would be a
you're-
brown bag special because
but
she's
no, you're looking
Wait,
at.
go
you're-
up there and
No, no,
Google
no.
her
That's
face.
that's Miranda.
No, I'm
That's
talking
not
about
her
the other
character.
photo you had where she was with the baby and her, I guess, boyfriend.
That's
No,
that's
not that
that's her
one.
character.
Not that one.
Not her
Not that
character.
one.
That's her.
Yeah. Look, her eyebrows are shit. She needs to get out of the 90s.
Jesus.
They are. They're horrible.
Let's.
I do not like her nose.
Let me
She's
show you.
got-
Let me
she's
show you guys what
literally-
she's talking about.
She is
Hold on.
literally lining the bottom part of her eye. We stopped doing
I thought
that
you were about to say the
straight
bottom
out
part
of
of
the
my
2000s.
ass.
Her eyebrows above the other. You see that?
Do what?
Her eyebrows above the other one.
Oh, well, that
she's
part I don't
making
matter
a
because you're
face.
actually, neither of
Ah.
your eyebrows are ever going to be the same. You're always going to have one that's off from the
Speak
other.
for yourself.
She's
My eyebrows are
giving-
perfect.
That's actually natural. If they're the same, then you've had work
One of
done.
your legs is longer than the other.
These are just
Interesting.
traits. It's not that. See, I just do not find her attractive. I do not think that she's attractive at all.
She was like, She's like from the lesbian coalition, unfuckable.
It's not that she's unfuckable. She is actually what you would call in the gym, like in the men's locker
Garbage
room.
bag pretty?
The men's locker room term, she's a brown bag special. You would just want to put something over her face because she has a decent
I
body.
love the way lesbians think they can speak for men.
I'm not speaking for you. I'm speaking of what y'all
We
say.
never say that in the locker room.
No,
Bullshit, they
They either
don't.
like we'll fuck her or we're not. Let me
Do you
like
know?
Like
do
I
you
said, I
know-
love it
Do
when
you
women
know
think
where
that they can
I
speak
got
for
the
us.
term brown bag
I don't
special
care.
from?
I got
Men.
brothers. I got
No,
yeah,
my
whatever.
brothers are younger than me. No, these are from my dude friends, and they will attest to this.
Dude friends.
This is where I got this
Means
term.
Studs.
the bros.
The
Yeah,
bros
bro.
did
That's
you.
what I call them, a bro.
The homies.
Because they call me bro. I'm like, what's up, bro? I
Yeah.
love it, man. It's funny.
There it is.
I saw it one time. So we just get off subject for a second. I saw two studs fighting over a girl. Like one was a kind of cheating kind of situation.
Uh-huh.
And no. It was at a barbershop. It was a guy, and he was trying to flirt with her girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And then the stud got all like started grabbing the crotch like she's got plenty at home. And he was like, you ain't got nothing there. It was the stupidest fight I
Okay,
ever saw.
You
in
ready
my
for the
life.
opposite version? Literally, hold on. At the track, helping a customer. No lie. helping a couple that comes up there, chatting with them both, giving them their tickets. The chick gives me attitude and is like, I'm his girlfriend. I go, honey, I'm more interested in you than I am him. And she went, like, wide-eyed, freaked out, shit, and runs away.
She's all interested. Go on.
I was not interested in her boy. I was just being customer service friendly, and she took it as me flirting with the guy when I was like, I'd rather flirt with you than him.
Customer service.
But see, like most of the, it used to drive me nuts to watch like
cartoons.
Tyra Banks. What was the name of that
Top Model?
America's Next Top Model?
Yes, because to me, every once in a while, a season might have one person or two people that were pretty. For the most part, I thought all of those girls were ugly.
They were
They're
awkward.
pretty with makeup on.
Awkward.
They're pretty in their pictures, but when they're coming up natural and they're going, oh my God, you're such a beauty. I'm going, where? What are we looking at?
Where?
Where's your beauty? Because it's not there somewhere else. You know?
I mean, I guess with makeup on. Not that I'm a beauty, but I'm just saying, y'all are talking to them like they're the shit, and I'm going, what are you looking at exactly?
Yeah. It's such a relative term anyways, and so it's such a personal reaction. So
we haven't even gotten to the point. We were all like, we
went tangent.
Yeah, Tab just went straight up. Hey, like, speaking about this controversy
on that one.
Like, let me tell you something about Colleen Ballinger. Unfuckable. I'm like, wow. She just went straight for the gusto.
And then those guys are like, she's all right,
See, I'm very particular about who I fuck. I'm not just gonna dish it all out. This package right here.
It's not just for anybody.
We're about to get the my body's a temple conversation.
It's not just for anybody.
It's not that it's a temple. It's a fucking amusement park, but not everybody gets in.
My body's not a temple; it's an amusement park. If you get a ticket, you get a ride.
You can get a ride on this trip.
Yeah.
It's a private party, guys.
It's a private party.
Only few get admission.
Tabatha's all like, no cut in the line, sweetie.
I do not like line cutters, so that's accurate.
We don't.
Back to the end of the line.
Back to the end of the line, buddy. You're getting sloppy thirds.
How did we get to this conversation?
Oh, but it's fucking hilarious.
The timeline of Miranda Singh's controversy.
The timeline of how we got here.
Which was the whole point of this.
We gotta get to
until it got on how unsmashable. All right, come on. All right, like straight up. All right, round the table. Here we go. Starting Gio. Smash or pass? Colleen Ballinger. Smash or pass?
You would smash.
Smash. Yeah.
That's all.
Babe, smash or pass? If you were like Tabatha.
If I was like Tabatha.
Yeah, if you had her conflictions.
I guess I would smash.
I'll just put a paper bag over her choices.
Tabitha.
Based on looks alone, not her personality.
Yeah. Based on looks alone. But Tabitha, look past the lopsided eyebrows. Look past the.
If I had a brown bag, then that would be the only way.
Look past the jaw. Look at the hair.
Yeah, I don't like her.
Look
hair.
at the jawline.
No, she doesn't have a good jawline.
That's what I'm talking
Look
about.
at the nose.
That's
That you just like.
She's going nip toe.
I'm trying to.
I'm just
for your guys' pleasure.
interested here.
I was doing the lead attorney. Look, whenever the lead attorney, the YouTube.
He put a bag.
There's a YouTuber called Lead Attorney. Whenever he was covering the Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing, every time Amber Heard would get on the screen, he would be making fun of her hair, and he'd be like, "Look at the braid, look at the jawline." That's all he would say. I was like, "Why is he making?" It was ridiculous.
Be honest, she would be a pass for me. Wholeheartedly for me. She would be a pass.
I'll put on Amber Heard up there, and I would say sayonara.
I don't want shit on me. I'm not about peeing and shitting in the bedroom, so no, I would not fuck Amber Heard.
Well, let's say she never did that.
Yeah, still, that's a risky business.
Yeah.
She's willing to.
Babe,
fuck
save
that
us.
shit.
Let's go down the timeline real fast. I was gonna read most of this, but now we can't. Let's start with October 16th. What's this time? I mean, I'm sorry, 2009. I forgot that I scrolled down.
2008.
What do you got?
Man.
I think you have a Cliff Notes version of
2008.
No, you don't.
No, I don't.
Actually, I have it. Okay, I think I have it. Damn it, I don't. We're gonna have
That's
to
okay.
just.
She's been relevant for
She
that
created
long.
the Miranda Sings
Holy
character.
shit.
She
As
created
a way
it.
to poke fun at teens hoping to be discovered on the internet.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The theater-obsessed, annoying as fuck alter ego actually turned her into a YouTube sensation.
Yeah, so she was making fun of annoying YouTubers by creating an annoying YouTube or
Like
character.
Fred. You remember Fred,
No,
the YouTuber?
no.
And
My
he was
kids
super
watched
annoying.
him. Yeah, he had
Yeah.
a
Kinda
Nickelodeon
like
movie.
that.
I'm about to show my age. I literally went to Drop Dead Fred.
I-
when you
I-
said that.
Thank you.
No, it was
No.
Classic.
I only
Classic.
know because my kids saw it, and I was like, "What the hell
And in,
is
two,
this?"
in 2009, now 36, and fellow YouTuber Joshua David Evans, now 39, began dating her after watching one of her Miranda Sings clips. Creeper.
Yeah.
He saw one of my videos, and he thought, there's got to be more to this, to these eyebrows.
Who thinks of this shit?
So they started dating because he cyber stalked her.
Yeah.
How did what? Like,
Yeah. It's
That
weird.
led to love, right? All right, continue.
He got in her DMs.
got into something, D.
A
with-
year
with the
after
D.
their 2014 vows, Ballinger and Evans announced they were getting a divorce, each posting a video to their individual YouTube accounts to address their breakup. You've watched us date. You've watched us get engaged. Oh, we're about to sneeze. You've watched us get married. We've shown you everything because we wanted to, and I don't regret any of that. But you know, we chose to not share with you the hard parts of our
of the relationship.
There were a lot of hard parts,
All right, let's
and then they split up.
Let's keep going. By December the 18th, Ballinger revealed in a YouTube video recap of her years that she secretly married Eric Stockland, the actor cast as Miranda's love interest in that TV series Haters Back Off. The couple welcomed their first child, Flynn, that month, and twins Wesley Cole Stockland and Macy Joan Stockland followed in November 2021. In a video on YouTube, the influencer explained that the babies were born more than a month earlier than expected and that she had to have an emergency C-section. And she
I did not
explained
know
that
she was a mother.
No,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
she's-
I knew that.
I knew that.
By April 28th, go ahead, babe.
Irish content creator Adam McIntyre, who first began running a fan
This is the
account
beginning of the controversy,
for
the real
Miranda
controversy.
Sings back in 2013 when he was just 10 years old, posted a video called Colleen Ballinger Stop Lying, in which he accused Ballinger of putting him in uncomfortable situations when he was a minor. Insisting that Ballinger had begun bad-mouthing him after a series of tweets he posted to her Miranda Sings Twitter account received backlash, McIntyre specifically called out an instance in which she sent him lingerie during a live stream.
Yeah, she live streamed that. She was sending him lingerie.
But
Ballinger
why?
recorded
It
an
wasn't
apology
used, according to her.
blog in response to his video acknowledging that the underwear incident was completely stupid and admitting I should have never sent that. She had been unboxing items that had been sent to her, and she and her friend were making fun of the underwear, and McIntyre asked for it to be sent to him, which she did as a joke. I don't really know what part of my brain was missing at that time, that I thought, oh, this is a normal, silly thing to do, but I am not a monster.
This is the problem with the whole shock value thing. See, in the moment, and because she was live streaming, she thought it's innocent, it's out in the open. Everybody knows that it's not used underwear. It was brand new underwear that they didn't like, and then somebody in the comment section said, "Send it to me," and then she did it. I'm sure the person who requested it thought it was funny at the time and all that stuff too. But when they got a little older, realizing that was kind of a creepy thing to do. And it's just, again, it's
And if I'm to understand this correctly, her viewers are minors,
mostly,
and she knows that her viewers are minors.
Yeah, she knows that.
yeah.
So where in her mind would it be appropriate for an adult to send minors anything of that nature? That's the part that doesn't.
I wouldn't care if you were my kid's godmother. If you sent that to my son,
Correct.
me and you're gonna have some words.
Correct. So her making this claim of I don't know where my brain was. She knows her audience is minors.
Yeah.
So there's no excuse of I didn't know what I was thinking. I'm not a monster. You know your audience is minors. You know that's not something.
But
you
I said
send
I
to
was
minors.
sorry.
That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all.
That's why my TV show is called Haters Back Off. It's almost ironic how she's pretty much become, as far as the backlash today, she's become her character.
Well,
The way the character is built to
most
receive.
characters are built out of a
Kane,
personality trait.
we got someone in the comments who's apparently a very, very huge Colleen Ballinger fan. But you flip it around. If this was a dude who had
Right.
sent a 10-year-old girl some
panties of his that he got.
people he would be arrested already and in jail.
Correct. Just because she's
But you're
female
giving
does
her
not
a
make it
pass
okay.
because she's a female and she said, "I'm super sorry, it was a joke."
Still not
You
okay.
wouldn't allow that if it was the other
Exactly.
way around.
Is first of all, let's start with whoever this person is in the comments. One, how old are you? Are you an adult or a child? Or have you been a fan since you
She's
were
gonna
a
be like,
child?
"I'm
Because
57
if you
years
don't have
old."
children and you aren't an adult, then I really don't think that you have a valid opinion of the situation. Because if anybody, I don't care if you're Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie, the fucking president, you send my child fucking lingerie, that's inappropriate.
Yeah.
That's never appropriate. I don't care who you are.
People always pick and choose who to support and who to defend blindly like that. Like just like Tabatha said, if this would have been your one of your least favorite celebrities,
Your creepy uncle? If your creepy uncle sent you this, how would you feel about it?
Let's say for the sake of argument that you, like you said, Brad Pitt. Let's say you hate Angelina Jolie. Let's say you hate Angelina Jolie. You don't like the way she acts. You've never liked her acting. There's something about her makes you just want to rip your arm off so you'll have something to throw at her. And then Angelina Jolie does this exact same thing. You would not be defending Angelina Jolie in this situation. That's the way we are, especially nowadays. But our partisan politics.
Because, of course, if you really like this person, you don't want to believe bad things.
Yeah, you don't want to believe.
You
Yeah,
want to hope
It
that
doesn't matter how famous you are.
I know,
Yeah.
and look, I am a person who really does like to look at the best of people. I get that aspect.
bullshit. Every time I say good morning, you're like, "Shut the fuck up, Chris."
But
So
the
fucking
whole
needy.
God damn it.
the whole thing too, though. I mean, it's like, okay, fine. She didn't mean any ill harm, but sometimes you have to say, still, sometimes those things come with
She
consequences.
put
So first
underwear
of all-
in a box, licked the stamp, and
then
sent it in the mail.
What is, if you're religious, what's the famous saying? The path to hell is laid with good intentions. Just because your intentions were good does not excuse the act.
That saying is not in the Bible, by the way, but yes, I understand what you're saying.
I'm not saying it's in the
I know
Bible.
it's
I don't even know if it's in the Bible.
It's not.
But it's said by a lot of religious people. The
A lot
path
of
to hell
religious
is laid by
hypocrites.
by good intentions.
Is
It just
it-
means that no matter if your intentions are good or bad, the outcome is what matters. If your good intentions led to a bad decision, it's still a bad decision no matter if your intentions were good or not.
She's right.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
what I'm saying.
you notice that
You don't-
saying
Did
is
you
always
just read
said
that
by
comment?
religious
one?
people who just
Huh?
fucked up.
I know.
Yes, I was reading that saying,
Yeah.
and saying it doesn't really matter if she really
Had-
and truly
had bad
didn't mean anything
intentions
bad
or-
by it,
yeah.
and she thought it was funny, and then went, "Oops, I shouldn't have done that." There are still consequences to your actions.
And she is a celebrity, in quotes, if you can't see me, a celebrity who has who has an audience of minors. If you're going to be in a profession where that's your job, then you need to know the rules and regulations of your job. I'm so sorry, but get smart.
Uh-huh.
People who have like big followings need to know, like, hey, I can influence people by anything I do, and
Yeah.
just look at, for instance, the Paul brothers.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, like they've influenced so many people to do horrible things, but they're like, nah, we're sorry now. Like, just don't.
Just a prank, bro.
Yeah, it's just a prank,
Just
bro.
a prank, bro.
I hate
Like,
that
go
shit.
to
The
that
Prank,
Japanese
it's just
forest,
the prank,
you know?
bro. Guys should get
I
like.
hate that
they,
so
they
much.
should get extra senses.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
like people do these things just for clout. And
Yeah.
it's- but they
Fast
don't-
forward to
bad
June.
intentions.
Despite sharing that her team advised her to not publicly comment on the allegations, we were talking about this earlier, the allegations of grooming and forming inappropriate relationships with underage fans, Ballinger broke her silence in a musical vlog while playing the ukulele singing.
Oh, Lord.
Singing Ballinger compared the accusations to a toxic gossip train. It is a toxic gossip train, but it doesn't mean that it's not warranted. Headed for manipulation station while the rest of the internet tie me to the tracks and harass me for my past. As she puts it, the only thing I've ever groomed in is my two, Persian cats? I'm not a groomer. I'm just a lover who didn't understand.
a loser.
Oh, I'm sorry.
A loser.
I tried. Even my default brain tries to like bend to the side of good. I'm just a loser who didn't understand I shouldn't respond to fans. But that's a whole brand, though.
You can respond to it, but not in
You
the way
can.
that you're doing
Yeah.
it.
We're
You
about to-
can't,
look,
you
we're-
can't respond to them with lingerie.
Yeah.
Yeah, like is
I
that?
mean, unless you
why
put
is
enough
that
in the
her
super chat. Look,
response?
you send me a $50 super chat, you can have what I'm wearing right now.
Only if you're over the age of 18.
Yes.
You're like, all right,
And you're doing
here's
this
my
through
underwear.
OnlyFans. Or
Only
something.
because
Yeah.
you're 18. Yeah.
I mean, these are exactly, and the person that's the blindly defending. This is the stuff that people send through the mail from OnlyFans transactions and conversations.
I mean, this
so
is
why
the
would
kinda
it be
thing that
appropriate to do this with a minor?
Your people answer letters for you and say, "Hey, would you sign this card so I
But
can
she's
send
not
it
listening
back to
to
your
her people.
fan? Can you write a little thank you so much
Yeah.
for your fan?"
Well,
That's why you have those people to do that.
Well, here's
for
the
you.
reason. I'm gonna let you read it, baby. Her ex is coming back into the picture June 30th.
After Colleen issued her statement via song, her ex-husband Evan shared his thoughts. "This behavior was my reality anytime I spoke up and disagreed with her actions and rhetoric during 2009 to 2016, the actor tweeted on June 28th. "I was gaslit too. I was made to feel like I was always the problem, and any pain I felt was an inconvenience, and I was belittled." The former YouTuber, who split from Ballinger after just over a year of marriage, then posted a follow-up clarifying his intention for speaking out. "I have no desire to use this as a catalyst for a YouTube comeback. It's not a safe place for me. I'm past that. My voice is only here to help validate those that are hurting, nothing more. I have no need to make any money off of this. That is gross and not in my heart whatsoever."
Yeah.
I'm glad that he made that statement because, one, he does not need to be making clout off of this or does not need to be making money off of this. And if he is, then that's a big problem. Him backing, though, the smaller voice, that's what I approve of. There has to be people willing to speak out as well when you have someone speaking up, especially when their voice is smaller than the person that they're battling.
Mm-hmm. Well, he says he was in that situation where it's like I'm telling you, when you disagree with her, that's how you're gonna get treated. And
Yeah.
it's I guess it's like he's feeling a sense of relief. Like now people are now starting to see what I've been trying to tell them. And better yet, probably trying to tell her for years, for a long time. It was like this whole I can do nothing wrong. The mentality is just a prank bro mentality. That shit is getting played out, and I'm glad it's getting called out. Is this the next thing?
July 3rd.
July 3rd. What we got?
Trisha Paytas, a fellow YouTube star who co-hosts the Oversharing podcast with Ballinger, was pulled into the controversy after one of Ballinger's former fans alleged that she had sent NSFW photos and videos from Paytas' OnlyFans account to him. Johnny Silvestri posted several unverified screenshots to his Twitter on July 3rd of a few of the interactions between him and Ballinger, going on to claim that she would host viewing parties to make fun of Paytas. In a July 3rd video, Paytas responded to Ballinger's alleged behavior, saying she does not condone at all sending unsolicited nudes to anybody, sex worker or not. "I think using someone's nudes as a way to hurt them, make fun of them, make light of them, be mean is the lowest form of human. These weren't a long time ago. This is someone well into their 30s who just gave birth, sending nudes. And a month prior, I was in Ballinger's house meeting her newborn and doing a mukbang with her."
Okay, whoa.
So this is a person that did
Mukbang is food eating, like those
excessive.
Yeah.
This was a fellow YouTuber that she started a podcast with, and that's how she was treating her. Sending her her work, sex work photos to other people without her consent or permission. I mean, I was like, where do you get off? I'm like, it's like, I mean, imagine we're doing the rundown or something, and all of a sudden you found out that I don't know, I hacked your phone and I started sending pictures that I know are there. Look at the eyes. You know she's got them right here.
He don't know
Little-
shit.
Well, I
Little
think-
sicky.
Well, I think Paytas, when I saw the TikTok stuff of
Yeah.
her, I think she used to be a corn star
Mm.
back in the day.
Who was?
Paytas.
The person that
okay.
was
Sorry, I was
who
trying
now
to catch
does-
up.
This
who
person
now
right
does
here.
like
Yeah.
OnlyFans stuff.
Gotcha.
All right, this person here.
Her.
That's her, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they started a podcast together. And
Okay, so let me get this straight. This person who has minors as an audience hires someone who was a previous porn star to start a podcast with, which, mind you, if you're in the public eye, is not the correct jump of
I mean,
profession.
maybe minors are like 70% of her audience. Maybe.
That's still more than
Maybe
half.
she's
Well, I
trying.
think-
Maybe she's trying to
I don't
appeal to
think-
the 30%.
I don't think this
Let's be fair.
podcast was in
For
Miranda.
minor.
It
No,
wasn't the Miranda's things. It was
It,
like
it
her,
was. It was a whole different
like
thing.
a
Okay.
family
She
life
started a
vlogging.
new
Okay,
called
okay.
oversharing.
I was like,
Yeah.
are we on the same
No.
train?
yeah. There's the
as-
rundown, and then there's the rundown
No,
after
this was
dark.
like-
Okay, that's
This was
fine.
like my adult life.
Okay,
My
that's
kids,
different.
Where if you pay
family.
$50, you might get my underwear. Woo!
Chris really wants to send his underwear, y'all.
Please,
Help the poor guy
if I see
out.
a super chat
I mean,
for,
Danny already sent a super chat. I don't know if you saw
if I see a super chat for $10,
She said,
you get a
and
glimpse
then
of the good
Paytas
stuff.
said she called
Danny?
Colleen Ballinger to say, well, what's up with these
His
pictures
photos and stuff, yeah.
that this guy is saying,
And she denied it.
and she said, I did not do that. There are fans in my, like, I guess the stream.
I got
or
hacked,
whatever.
bro.
He was posting those.
It was just
I
a
didn't-
prank, bro.
I did not post those.
It was just a prank, bro.
But she said that they are no longer friends and she doesn't speak
Yeah.
to her anymore.
After the YouTuber on July 5th, after the YouTuber Paige Christie posted a clip of Ballinger's performing Beyonce's Single Lady as Miranda sings with dark paint smeared on her face, Ballinger's team responded. According to law firm Burke Bretler, Ballinger had actually paint on her face that was green that to look like Wicked's Elphaba while performing tracks from the hit musical. That's what a lot of people said, that it wasn't black makeup, it was actually green
That
because she
one
was
I
doing
was
Wicked.
like-
Okay,
That one I can believe. I said I can buy it. The problem with that controversy
feels like purposefully close and trying to push the boundaries just for shock value, and that just
we talked about this last week. I said no. I said as a stage performance, I can believe it because if she was singing songs from Wicked and then painted her face green.
was she singing songs
Yeah.
from
Yeah,
Wicked?
singing
I
songs
thought
from
she was
Wicked.
just singing Beyonce songs.
Then she took the Wicked costume off and she had the Beyonce single
Okay,
ladies
then that's
costume on
different.
afterward.
I
But
thought
he-
y'all
but
were saying she was
I-
just doing Beyonce songs.
I
Wicked
totally
face.
can
I was
believe
like,
it.
She was doing
I can
Wicked
believe, and I
songs.
understand that on stage time is limited. You have to do a quick transition. I can believe that, but you know for a fact that blackface is a thing.
Yeah.
You know for a fact that Beyonce is black.
Why would you push this boundary?
Why would you? You cannot tell me that not one person,
Yeah.
unless she surrounds herself with scared yes men, not one person probably walked up to her and say, "Yo, I don't know if this is a good idea."
Well, honestly,
I would have told her.
if it sounds like she doesn't give a fuck.
According to her ex-husband, you can't tell her nothing.
They're some of the stuff, they're reaching to pull together. Because
Yeah.
she had already had an old video from like 10 years prior.
Well, she was making
where
fun of
she
Asian
was,
people.
Latino. She was dressed up like
Oh, that one.
Latino
Oh, I'm sorry.
people,
Oh, there's way
Cholas
more.
or that, like cholas
I
or
guess. Or something.
Okay.
And,
Yeah.
and she,
She-
had to apologize saying that.
she
she
re-
seems to have to apologize a lot, y'all.
Yeah.
How about you?
This was.
I
I'm
don't know,
sorry.
Stop
No,
doing it.
this is probably her apology. I'm sorry, but you thought this was funny in 2011. That's pretty much the apology.
I'm kind of over her now. I'm really over this. I'm so over this. Can we stop talking about her? Because she
I
sounds
don't like
just
her,
so
so I don't
stupid.
care.
This is while y'all were talking about it, I was looking
Oh,
at
that
her
was the
YouTube
end of it.
statistics. She lost 100,000 subscribers just last week.
So,
Good.
but the other 10 million are safe.
You mean wait, how many? Oh yeah, she has 10 million. Jesus.
Yeah, like.
Oh God.
Oh no! How am I gonna make ends meet with only 9,900,999 subscribers? Oh no! Cancel
It's
culture
like she made that
wins
video
again.
and her views spiked right up.
Yeah, her view. Yeah,
She's just
exactly.
trying to be relevant.
That's because all of the haters and detractors are now going through her old videos, looking. That's
everything's
why she's not
boosted.
privating anything.
Anything.
She's picking and choosing what to private. She might as well. She knows that she's losing money, and look. Oh, this is something that this thing that was the last thing we'll talk about. And she claims that she didn't do this. So, a bunch of people on YouTube who tried to cover this story would play that ukulele vlog to react to it. And then a few days later, they got hit with YouTube copyright strikes.
Oh, I heard
Not
about that.
copyright claims, strikes, meaning that would like that's a ding against your whole account for reacting to it. And people were like, that's a low, accusing
low
her of
blow.
like that's a low blow, like because you're losing money, you're losing tours, you're trying to get extra money from YouTube by doing copyright strikes on something that to punish the people who are trying to try to cover the story.
She put
People
that
are
song on Spotify.
Yeah, But then later, I looked at it. I found out today. She made a statement about it. She claims
she didn't do it.
She didn't upload that on because people said that's disgusting for you to try to make money off of your apology video.
First of all, anybody can say they didn't upload it, but somebody else that she knows could have uploaded it.
But she doesn't have. She claims she doesn't have access to the account that is uploaded on Apple. She says she doesn't have access to her representation. The representation that she wasn't listening to a week ago. Now she's listening to. They're like, no, this isn't her.
Okay, well, she could have had any. Look,
she could have, but there's also a chance that she didn't.
There's also a chance, but I'm saying, like, we can't just, because she said she didn't do it, doesn't mean there wasn't a possibility for her to find a way and to create a loophole for her to do it. Right. Because obviously her behavior is all about the shock value, and she's trying to find ways to create buzz and money with regards to the situation, because that's what her career is. Yeah.
It would be stupid for her to try to gain. People accuse her of trying to make money. I know you're losing money, so you're trying to make money by doing these copyright claims on YouTube. She's already getting like Giovanni called it. She's getting a boost on money from the views from people that are just trying to go through her. Let's move on. All right, guys, let us know.
His goal tonight is to rile you up, because the next topic is a riler as well.
Oh God, what now?
We're gonna let's talk about love. People.
Oh God.
Baby, don't hurt me.
Yeah.
Don't hurt
Baby,
me.
come back.
No more.
Right.
No more.
Yeah. Let's talk. Let's.
Hello,
I'm so pissed off that.
Oh, there's Cheeto.
Yeah, there's a cat right here.
Let's move on to the next story.
Hello.
Okay. Babe, what's the next topic?
Jonah Hill has been in the news recently since his ex-girlfriend, surf instructor Sarah Brady, alleged her ex Jonah Hill was emotionally abusive to her in a series of Instagram story posts allegedly featuring screenshots of their text exchanges. Here's a rundown of all the recent headlines and stories breaking everything down.
Yep, very aware of this one.
So Jonah Hill recently was in the news. His ex-girlfriend
posted his text.
But she was nice about it. She waited till after his current spouse gave birth before uploading.
I don't know what that has to do with anything.
This should have never happened. Like, this is a private conversation. Why need to tell the whole world about it? That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, so I'm going to push back on that. If somebody is getting abused, why should they ever hold back? Maybe she just had enough courage to actually speak her truth. Maybe she went to therapy and finally felt confident and comfortable enough to talk about it. No matter the timeline, when anybody talks about abuse, they're allowed to talk about it. It does not matter when it's happening for anybody else, because the abuse happened for her in her life. When she's prepared, ready, and willing to speak about it, she should be allowed to be prepared, willing, and to be able to speak about it. Her abuse is not on your timeline or on the abuser's timeline. It's on hers.
But here's the thing. Do you think that she doesn't believe that by posting this stuff that she wouldn't then gain new attention for herself?
I don't know what her goals are and her attention.
But exactly.
Like, I have no idea what that is. But her publicly finally being able to come out about a behavior that was done to her is perfectly okay, no matter who she is, what the time is, or why it is.
But that's the belief that that her intentions were only earnest on that motive of that.
But why would her intentions matter if the act
happened? We don't. I'm not saying that the act didn't happen. I'm just saying that her motives.
But the motives don't matter if the act happened.
If her motives were 100% to gain clout.
So if she's gaining clout off of her abuse and she had to go through the abuse, let me ask you something. What's wrong with her gaining clout off of the trauma that she went through? Do you know how many documentaries are being made off of trauma? Do you know how many movies are being made off of trauma? Do you know how many things that people are making
we can't monopolize and take over the conversation. We have to. My question is, what abuse? What was the abuse that she's claimed?
The manipulation of someone's emotions and narcissistic routes that people take. That's abuse.
Okay. Do we know yes or no that she handled this or had these conversations with him directly?
What do you mean? Do we know? There was text proof of the conversation
Right.
between them.
We know that they had conversations directly, and she's probably, for all we know, she's already squashed this and handled him directly the way he deserved to be handled.
Okay, so what you're saying is no matter if it's been handled directly or not, that it shouldn't have been made public if it was handled.
I'm not saying
directly or not.
I'm not saying that it shouldn't have been made public. I'm saying that her motives. I'm saying that her motives for making it public don't honestly 100% always steer towards a righteous thing. It could
I'm not saying she's righteous.
It could be equally self-righteous.
I'm not. No, she's not abusing. You cannot bully a bully. This is that concept where you're trying to make a victim.
I'm not going to make Jonah Hill a victim. I'm
not.
I'm not.
So,
but I'm not. But I'm not going to tell her that she's not doing it for clout just because.
I don't know why that matters. Because every movie that's made about someone's trauma, every documentary that's made about someone's life that includes their trauma, everything that people who, like hell, what about the Nexus people who made that whole documentary series about all their trauma they went through? They made money off of that. Why aren't we bitching about them exposing Nexism, cult trauma and berating them for getting money for that?
Because
if you're going to go through abuse, you might as well get paid for the fucking abuse you had to deal with. You might as well get the clout because you had to go through the abuse.
Okay, you go through abuse. You go through a hectic situation with a spouse or an ex. How many times we've all had grown-up issues and issues in our past with our spouses, our exes, and things like that. None of us in this room go through moments where we could, but we don't constantly go through the. I'm trying to fix the side screen here. You know what? I'm just gonna screw. That's good enough. We're not on a day-to-day basis constantly uploading and exposing our exes especially if we've handled them personally. But there's too many people that have been proven to have the intentions of wanting to expose their exes when their exes have a certain amount of fame.
I don't think Jonah Hill has any more or less fame than he's had before.
That's not trying to get more fame or not. It's the fact that he is famous.
No, but he's always been famous.
Yeah.
His fame has not adjusted.
What was she, a surfer?
Yeah, she's actually a famous she's famous in her own right. She's a famous surfer.
But
in her world, she's very famous.
But it's the fact that he is famous that she can publicly say this, and then everyone will be against him.
It's not that everyone's against him.
You gotta stay close to the mic if you're gonna talk.
If that's her intention, is to expose him in this way, even though they've been broken up for some time. But I also understand where you're saying that there is trauma there, but I don't know if that means that because there's trauma there, now everybody has to know about this trauma. You know, it could be dealt with your closest friends or your family.
So why should she protect him?
Nobody's protecting.
It is when you don't get to if I can't speak publicly about my experiences because everyone else is afraid of how it'll affect the abuser. That's a problem.
Well, your opinion is you're accusing us of trying to that's the second time you're accusing us of protecting Jonah Hill. I'm not.
I didn't say y'all. I'm talking in generalized scenarios because that's what we're talking in. I'm not talking about y'all specifically. We're talking about in the generalization of her speaking out to the public.
But any critique of her is not a defense of Jonah Hill.
I'm not saying that it is a defense of Jonah Hill. What I'm talking about is y'all are critiquing the concept of her speaking out. And I'm saying that she should not feel any sort of, no matter if it's for clout, no matter if it's for money, no matter what it's for, her story is her story. And no matter if he's famous or not, she's allowed to speak that to the public. Just like anybody who writes a book about their life, anybody who writes a self-help book about what they've gone through and has made money off of it, they are allowed to speak their story. I don't understand how that's any different from what she's doing only because he's a celebrity and woe is him. He is now his celebrity
But
is being attacked.
that's never happened ever on this channel. Nobody celebrity worships here, and I don't
think what she's
respect
trying to
anybody
say
here
is
that
that
ever
no,
does.
it's not about celebrity worship.
If she posted this stuff and it was Tim down the street, nobody knows who the hell Tim is, and she's just posting these texts and says, this is my ex, and this is the things he would say to me. I just want people to know this isn't okay.
Non-celebrities go viral too. It's not.
No,
it doesn't
but I
matter
know it would
about
be
that.
viral, but nobody knows who Tim is, so there's not going to be anybody calling up Tim and going, man, Tim, you're a fucking douchebag. Wow, I didn't know you were like this. Because nobody knows. He's a random dude.
So why
So
is it bad?
it's only because he is a celebrity and everybody knows who he is that everybody's like, wow, that's a douchebag move. Now he's all over the news because they had a bad breakup or whatever. I think that's what
that
she's
is
trying to
legitimately
say.
what I'm talking about. If he wasn't this
If she
big,
wanted to post them, whatever, she posted them.
yeah, she posted him. That's her story, her abuse trauma story that she should be allowed, no matter who that person is, celebrity. It could be the president. If he did these acts, and this is her story and her perspective of their relationship, she has a right to
Because
tell
I do
her
see
story.
them all the time on TikTok.
Yep.
It's just
Yeah.
people I don't know, and I don't know who their ex is. They post these all the time on TikTok.
About
Look
what they
my
go
ex
through.
sent me today.
Yep.
And it's just text message, and people in the comments like, "Wow, I feel bad for you. I'm
This
so
is
sorry."
horrible.
And it's men and women doing,
Yep.
oh my God, that's so crazy. That's terrible. You hope you're safe. Blah blah blah. Whatever. You don't know who these people are, but they're posting it all the time. Some of them post it from 5 years ago.
Yep.
Like, I'm finally in a good place. This is the stuff I used to go through. Look at all this. Here's the whole timeline of my life. We don't know these people.
Not a single person who's gone through severe abuse can deal with it in the moment that they're going through or right after they're going through it. If you're really trying to process your abuse and your trauma, you got to go to therapy. It's going to come years later to where you can have full and accurate thoughts about what you've gone through so that you can speak accurately of it. And guess what? I am somebody who has experienced that. Probably why I'm so passionate about why she gets to speak her truth and her story. I'm not saying that her story is the only story, but I'm not going to criticize her for how, why, and when she's putting it out when everyone else in the world can write their self-help book based off their trauma and make a documentary about their trauma and make their stories about all the crap that they're going through.
I'm allowed to criticize whoever I want.
And she did put in there, no one's going to pay attention because they only want to see the drama stuff. She did put in there, I don't think he's a bad person. I just want people to know this isn't okay in a relationship.
Yep.
Is he okay? Is he still doing it?
She was just wanting, she said she just wanted other women to know if someone is talking to you like this, it isn't okay. She wasn't trying to say, please go bash Jonah Hill because he's a douchebag. She just wanted people to know, if you're in this kind of relationship, I hope you know this is not normal. It's not okay.
So I'm okay with Jonah Hill, and we've probably already hashed it out and made our peace. But I just want you to know that at this time of his life, especially, when I looked at the timeline of it, was when he was also going through his rehab and everything. This is what he was doing. So again, why do we need to know? That's the point.
The point is it's not about whether you need to know. It's about whether she needs to speak her truth.
I'm not saying that she doesn't have the right to speak her truth.
But the point is, it's not about whether you need to know. It's not about you. It's about whether she needs to speak her truth.
It's a little bit about the public because she
No.
put it in a public space.
No, she put her truth out into the world.
in a public space.
It's not about whether you need to know.
But you don't put you don't get it. You don't get into your car unless you intend to drive. You don't go
that's
to.
not true. Sometimes I just go to the car. and sit.
Sometimes you just go into a car to get. But if you put the key into the ignition and you start the engine and you put it in drive and go onto the road, you're intending to get on the road and engage with other drivers. That's what she did. I'm not saying she was wrong.
No,
I'm saying her intention was for the public to see it.
Her intent was for the
and to
public to
ridicule
learn.
him.
I disagree.
Well, we're putting words in her mouth.
that was written in her thing. Joy just confirmed
that. What did she say about him again?
She said, I'm not trying to say that he's a bad person.
I'm not trying to say that he's a bad person.
I'm trying to allow people to learn from things that they should
She said,
not
I want
accept,
other women to
basically.
know.
But in the world that we live in, the way people are. When people get any little chance. Let's say, for example, let's say that this was a round table of Jonah Hill haters. would we really care that she said, I'm not trying to throw, would we care? No. We would only target the parts that would get us clicks.
Here's the thing.
For the Jonah Hill hate.
None of this conversation is anything that's illegal or anything. So it has no effect on his acting abilities or his career. It's just a warning to others. So if he's different now,
if his behaviors
then
have changed,
good for
then
him. If him and his wife don't have that relationship, or even if they do,
I'll give her this. I later found out that Jonah Hill did something I think was totally stupid. After this, there was some like clothing line or something that he's a part of. I forgot. You would have to look it up for me, but it's something about. Look, it's a clothing line where the logo does not make him look good after what these revelations have revealed. It's imagine a clothing line where it said something. I'm just paraphrasing because I can't remember what it said. Imagine a clothing line saying something like, be bully, best bully or something like that. After something like he just released a clothing line that's kind of confirming or in the vein of what she's accusing him of. I think this is the stupidest thing in the world that he could ever do.
I think there's something even more stupid is the fact that he even dated this woman because she's a surfer, and he wanted her to take down these posts of her in a bikini and all that. Like, why are you dating a surfer in the first place?
Agreed.
That's because
agreed.
he's a narcissist.
And I mean, we don't. Nobody here is. That's the thing. Nobody here is a doctor. We can't. We're always diagnosing people.
Nobody in the world. Nobody in the world is perfect.
No.
And
she's like, I didn't say I was a doctor. I said he's a narcissist.
That's
exactly what I said.
Great as people can be overall, we all still have shitty traits about us.
Absolutely.
Okay?
None of us are perfect.
And in every story, there's his side, her side, or his side, his side. There's always three sides. The one side, and somewhere in the middle.
Yep.
So no one's saying that she didn't do some shitty stuff too. I don't know. I don't know these people.
Absolutely.
I don't live with them. I'm not around them. She wanted to say that some of those conversations are not okay.
I have an actual quote from her. She said, sharing this publicly now because keeping it to myself was causing more damage to my mental health than sharing it could ever do.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Having to have to deal with trauma in the privacy of your mind is actually worse than speaking about your trauma and getting it out so that it stops becoming a taboo and starts becoming something that you can process and work back.
We're assuming she doesn't have a therapist.
Yeah, your therapist is not the only person you're supposed to expose your trauma to.
The public, the internet, social media?
Absolutely. If that's what makes
So how do we heal with therapy before these things were a thing?
People didn't. That's why the world's kind of fucked up.
Fair enough.
And that's why going back to two sides, some people think she's in the wrong, some people think she's in the right.
But now we're putting too much of a positive emphasis on social media. I mean,
it's not that I'm putting a positive emphasis on social media. What I'm putting a positive emphasis on is her speaking her truth. I am so sick and tired of everyone's trying to take away people's voice, take away their rights to speak their story, because they're allowed to. No matter if their story is your story.
Who's taking away her rights?
No matter if their story is not his story, he can speak his story. Let him tell his side. That's perfectly fine too. I'll listen to it as well. And guess what? I'll find, like Joy was saying, the middle ground, because that's what I do, because I'm a critical thinker. But I will never tell someone that they should not be able to speak their story.
No, she got her story out first. So when anything Jonah Hill says afterwards, she's gonna be like, bullshit.
You know what he should do? He should say, yes, I was going through therapy and I was therapizing and using therapy speech as a way to manipulate, and I've learned from that.
I think he's pretty much just chosen, I don't want to talk about my life.
And maybe he does.
He's been like that. He's like, he hates.
I mean, he has publicly also said, like, he doesn't want to talk about his weight loss or any of that.
The public has ridiculed him for a long time too.
He doesn't like when they go, wow, you look really great now. You've lost a lot of weight. He doesn't like
every
that
time
kind
he
of
goes to a press
conversations.
junket for a new movie, no matter what the movie's about, the first thing that the reporter always brings up is his weight.
Mm-hmm. And I hate that. That's unfair to him, and I understand his frustration with that. But even his friends, his coworkers, his peers have outwardly said he is the most difficult person to work with.
Oh yeah. Oh, I mean, I'm just
quoted from.
I'm just gaslighting,
and he's worked.
I don't give a fuck about Jonah Hill.
The greatest directors.
Yeah,
I'm just gaslighting.
He is difficult to work with, but I will never think that her speaking her truth is ever wrong. Just like I don't think him living his truth is. If his truth is to not speak about it, then that's his choice.
Yeah.
That's his truth. That's what he wants to do.
And those are his boundaries he wanted to set, and she's exposing that.
His boundaries are for him only. You
Yeah.
are never allowed
Yeah.
to put your boundaries on another person. If they don't meet your boundaries, then you move.
That's
You
exactly what,
leave.
and that's exactly what he's guilty
exactly.
of for
Yeah.
on the text messages that he sent to her. I know you're a surfer, but put some fucking clothes on.
I mean, that's
You're like, you're.
What kind of shit was that?
That's the stupidest thing, because you're literally changing a person. You can't change her. She is who she is. That's your fault for dating a surfer if you want to put clothes on her. Like,
Have you ever heard of a fucking skateboard lady?
it's just so stupid that he that he just decided to, oh yeah, I'm gonna date a surfer even though I want her to put clothes on.
Yeah.
because he's choosing not to speak his side of things. I only have one perspective of the story, and then an assumption of what his perspective is. For my assumption, it sounds like he was going through therapy. He was dealing with some serious issues within his own mental health, was projecting and applying that onto her instead of evaluating his own issues. Instead of going, I am not comfortable within this relationship with this person because of their lifestyle and it doesn't meet my needs, values, and wants. Therefore, I need to go find someone who it meets my needs, values, and wants because this person isn't it. And instead of doing that, he tried to demean, devalue, and hurt another person to meet what he wanted. That was evident in the text. That's my assumption of his side. Now, he cannot speak about it, but she should not have to be forced to be silent because he doesn't want to speak about it. That is his boundaries, not hers.
Oh, I'm not going to silence her, but I'm not. But
You
I have
tried to several times.
No, I have the right to respond. If she wants to put it out in the public space, I can respond to it how I feel.
But your response is for her to be silent.
I didn't
and
tell
that it wasn't
I didn't tell her to
necessary.
respond.
We're just saying, was it necessary?
Me
But you're
saying
saying
Was it necessary for you, but it was necessary for
exactly.
her.
Me saying that I wouldn't do it is not me saying that she shouldn't do it. But when she does do it, I'm going to say whatever the fuck I want to say.
But it's not necessary. But you made the comment, why did we need to know? It was, and that's my point. It's not about you. She needed the public to know so that maybe, and this is my idea of what her intentions were based off of the things that she said. Not assuming things off the base that she said and the same outcome that you came from, that her intentions were to educate other women of recognizing this behavior.
Assuming that is just because she says it out loud doesn't mean that's her real intention. I'm not going to call her. I'm not saying she's a liar. I'm just saying that it's possible. We said that earlier in the segment that her intentions could be to gain clout, or it could be earnest and that she's just really trying to get the information out. There's no way of knowing. We're not in her headspace.
I agree with you on that. So yes, I agree that we don't know what her intentions are,
Her intentions aren't.
Other than the fact
her
that she
intentions
said
aren't
what her intentions were.
Exactly. I'm going to say that her intentions aren't bad just because the doubt might be in some people's head.
But my point
it could be.
You're making the assumption that she's not.
No,
her intentions aren't what she said.
Actually, I'm not. I'm about to make the opposite point now.
I'm confused.
Because I gaslight. Her intentions could be 100% earnest and could be just to for therapeutic to get it out because now she has the strength to get it out and it's like Tabatha said. The time that she's ready to speak her truth is not up to us. It's up to her. But at the same time, it could all be for clout.
But
it could be.
If we're going off of what, if
I didn't say it is.
But you just said you're making an assumption. I'm making educated assumption, I guess, per your words, based off of what she said.
Now you're saying that my assumptions aren't educated?
Oh my God, I'm so over him right now.
Go on to the next thing.
What do you guys think?
An hour gone and we haven't even made it halfway down the damn page.
I know, right?
That's because
you
Jonah
want to talk about this kind of spicy news, including the last one.
All right, moving on to the next topic, guys. Let us know what you guys think. Is Jonah Hill a victim of? No, he's not.
Oh my God.
No.
Let's move on to.
Should you put boundaries
let us know what you guys
people?
think about it. We'll definitely probably talk about that more on the We Got Your Mail portion of it. Let's move on to. I know Tabatha wants to argue about this because I'm gonna tell you right now, the Bear doesn't deserve any awards. I'm lying.
Oh my God! Don't get me started.
I love gaslighting her. I just started watching that damn show, and I like it.
good.
I like it. I like it.
So good.
All right, let's talk about the Emmys, babe. What's the headline here? What we got?
Last year's Emmys saw Succession and Apple TV Plus's Ted Lasso win the top drama and comedy series honors, respectively, with those shows back in the mix in a big way this year after each wrapped their strong runs this past season. We just started Ted Lasso.
Oh, did you? I haven't seen it.
It's good.
It actually is good.
Can I just say, though, I'm a little pissed. There are some shows that were snubbed that I am.
I put that in there. Snub. We're gonna talk about some snubs. We're gonna talk about some snubs.
I saw the Hot D didn't get anything.
That's not even the one I'm pissed about.
What? You're not upset about the Hot D not getting the
I mean,
nominations?
I would love the Hot D to get some nominations, but that's not.
Don't
even
you love Hot D?
I do, but that's not the one I'm upset about. It's actually, I mean, it's
Don't let the Pink Mafia hear
Man,
you say
this
that.
just shows
it's
I
the
don't
great.
watch. I don't watch enough
The
TV
great.
shows.
You don't watch. You haven't seen any of these?
I mean,
No,
seriously, one of the best.
I literally have barely seen any of these.
Give it the program, Gio.
I know.
God,
I
Gio.
watch
Stuff
more
out there.
movies than TV.
See, I'm kind of the
Obviously.
opposite, more TV than movies.
Yeah.
See, that's why, like,
Homebody.
I don't know
I
who's
am.
better than what. You know, I can see a few names I know. I'll be
Yeah.
like,
Chris is a huge Succession fan.
I've
watch
never
that.
Why
seen
do you
that
keep
one.
thinking I'm a
Watch it.
huge Succession fan? It
Because
just
you were
ended.
always like, watch the show, watch the show. You need to watch the show.
For
What are the
one,
movies on here?
that's a terrible impersonation of me. Two, it's a great show because the Culkin is awesome. He is awesome. When his big brother said we need to control the narrative, and he mocked him, he's like, "Oh, control the narrative. I'm sure you jerk off to that. Control the narrative." I was like, I'm watching this show. It's right. Right?
He's
The
like-
dude- his big brother was talking about we got to get ahead of this and we got to control the narrative, and he was like, I bet you come to that line, control the narrative.
oh my god.
It makes you laugh. I almost said Macaulay Culkin. What's his the younger
Kieran.
brother? He
Kieran.
is the best.
He loves it
Okay.
because
You
he's
gotta watch
super
it.
inappropriate
Oh,
with his
yeah.
Super inappropriate.
sexual statements.
Yeah.
What you
Oh.
mean? You mean Chris looks up to that?
Yes.
Is what it is.
When I grow up, I'm gonna sexually harass people just like Culkin. Maybe like I may be a little fella, but my heart's as big as Texas.
Oh my god.
You know, I'm
Oh
looking
my
at
God.
I'm looking at these nominations. I'm looking at some of these series that have a bunch of writers. And I'm like, how is this gonna like go next year when all the writers are
I know,
not, are on,
Oh
are
yeah,
on strike,
I mean
right?
we'll talk about that tomorrow on the regular
There's
on the
also
rundown.
no
We
actors
gotta,
anymore.
I know, right?
No,
Now the
yeah.
actors are on strike too.
Yeah. But let's go
We
down
want our money.
Let's go
Nope.
down some of the list of the writers
shows.
of the shows. Let me go full mass here if I can. Oh shit, my fucking! I had this whole show all set up and it all got messed up.
fucking damn
let's just
it,
look at the
Dave.
number of nominations that each show got.
Okay.
Succession, 27 nominations.
Yeah. Yep.
The Last of Us, 24.
Hell yeah.
White Lotus, 23.
Yes.
Ted Lasso got 21.
Don't know that.
The Marvelous Miss Maisel, 14.
Fuck yeah.
The Bear, 13.
Fuck yeah.
Beef, 13. You don't want no beef?
I don't know that one.
That's from Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
The Joker.
Oh.
Yeah.
When Common said, "Hey Joker, I don't want any beef."
You want no beef?
You don't want no beef. You don't want no beef.
Oh my god.
Because he was flirting with Harley.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah. It's
was
dumb.
it Dahmer Monster? Oh, the Dahmer
I didn't
series,
watch
Dahmer
that.
Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story. They got 13 nominations. Wednesday, 12.
Yes.
Barry, 11. Only Murders in the Building, 11. Daisy Jones and the Six. I don't know that one.
I keep meaning to watch that. So
I hear
that show,
it's
it
good.
looks really good, y'all.
What is it about?
It's like 70s based, right?
Uh huh.
It's like in the 70s, kind of like.
It's Lisa Marie Presley's daughter.
Yeah.
It's Elvis's
Oh, okay.
granddaughter.
It
She's
looks like it's
the
gonna. It looks like
star.
it would be really good.
Okay. What was that? Daisy Jones 6. They got 9 nominations. The
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian got 9. Woo woo.
Yeah, I watched that
Saturday
one.
Night Live got 9 nominations. Abbott Elementary got 8. Andor got 8. House of Dragon 8. Weird Al Yankovic, the Yankovic story
I
8.
could have done without
That movie was not that
I
good.
know, I don't-
Everybody's raving about it, but I'm like, I got bored.
I got bored too.
I
Oh
got
my
so
God.
bored.
I thought it was gonna be so good, and I was just like literally bummed.
It kind of started off like it was
Funny.
really good,
Yeah.
and then it just got boring.
and it's like it was too slow.
Man,
I think.
Which one?
I actually
Weird Al.
Weird Al.
I started
didn't
watching
like
that
it.
movie and I'm like at the first 20 minutes, and I had to turn it off because it was
I
late.
liked the first bit. Like I thought it was funny the first bit.
So you're telling me it gets worse?
I'll tell you this.
Yeah.
The bit in the middle of the movie, with spoilers if you haven't seen it, the bit where he tries to change history that Michael Jackson stole, eat it from him.
Yes. That was funny.
With Beat It.
Yeah.
Instead of the other way around was hilarious.
I'm not on that part yet.
I mean, I get it. For those of you who love that movie and think I don't get it, I get it. This is a period, not period piece. What do they call it?
Satire.
No. When you make a movie about a musician, it's a
biopic.
This is a spoof of a biopic. Because he's changing. Because a lot of the history that we know, he's changing in this movie. So I get it. Because he's the king of satire, he's making a satire of a biopic. I get it.
I just said that. It just wasn't way, and you said no.
You're a woman. I don't listen. Anyway. I knew that would get her instantly canceled. When she's not live on Instagram, I'm gonna get a throat punch.
Yeah, he is.
So I'm about to get blocked off of Instagram now. You're just a woman. You have secondary rights on this channel. Anyway. My wife over there is like,
I'm gonna show you secondary.
My wife over there like, don't worry, Tabs. I'll punish him later.
She's waiting.
Okay.
Right after the show, crotch shot.
Yeah.
Right. But so Without Yankovic, Better Call Saul only got 7. It's a good show. You haven't watched it?
I don't like. I didn't.
You don't like drugs? We love drugs on this channel.
I can't do it.
We love drugs.
So, honestly, when there's a show that's a little too realistic about things that I've experienced,
okay.
I can't watch. It's like triggering. It's a little too triggering for me.
Trigger warning. Better Call Saul.
Yeah. So I just stayed away from Better Call Saul.
Fleischman in Trouble? Never heard of it. Got 7 nominations. Guillermo del Toro's Cabinet of Curiosities. Never seen it. Never heard of it. Still a Michael J. Fox movie. I gotta watch that.
I didn't see it yet.
I heard so much good things about it, and we talk about his career and things like that. The Crown. I love The Crown. Only got 6 nominations. The Lord of the Rings got 6 too many, from what I heard. Nobody's watching it. You didn't watch it.
Yes, I did.
You like that garbage?
Yes, I do.
The trailer was trash. Trash.
I tried watching that first episode. Couldn't even get through that first episode.
Loved it.
Tabitha's already caught up that I'm trying to trigger her.
And I love
so
Lord of the Rings.
She's not taking the bait.
No.
I noticed she's not. After I admitted it, she's not taking the bait now. Damn it! I shouldn't have confessed that I was just purposely trying to gaslight her. I'll get her next week. Stranger Things on that's a robbery.
I would say Stranger Things should get more.
Well,
but at the same time, it's probably already won a bunch.
I looked it up. Yeah. I looked it up, and their rules are weird. So apparently, the previous rule was if a series or a show comes out past like June or June the June. It can qualify.
Yeah.
But they did away with that rule last year. So even though Stranger Things the last episode was past the normal date that they used to qualify.
Yeah.
They did away with the rule. So none of the the only
the
nominations
they
don't qualify.
It's not for acting and stuff.
Yeah, it's for like stunts and sets and makeup and all that kind of stuff and writing. It has none of the actors
and this isn't the complete list, but Obi-Wan Kenobi with 5 nominations. This isn't the complete list, but I didn't know if you guys took a look at the nominations or not, but I wanted to quickly talk about
A League of Their Own isn't on this.
The snubs. Let's talk about it. So a lot of Harrison Ford not being nominated for Shrinking.
Yes, he was fabulous.
If you don't have Apple TV Plus,
I don't.
The joke about Harrison Ford in Hollywood is that sometimes he phones it in, like, I don't feel like playing Han Solo anymore, blah.
He's so like the grumpy old man.
He phones it in. But on Shrinking, Harrison Ford, when he's excited about a role, he brings it.
We were cracking up at him.
He's the funniest thing in that show.
He was getting rides from the other character, and she got in the car and they're playing. He's like, "Can we play my favorite song or something like that?" Sugar Ray, Every morning I wake up.
Yeah, that's
Oh my God.
Turn it up.
Harrison
He's all-
Ford singing
and he's
all
singing
the words to
That's
Sugar
my
Ray's.
song. Turn it up,
Every
turn it
morning there's a halo
Hanging
hanging.
from the
Imagine
corner of my four-post
Yeah.
bed or something like that. Yes. Oh God,
Harrison
Sugar
Ford-
Ray.
Harrison
He's
Ford
just
singing
looking
that.
at him.
It's
He's
hilarious.
81, and he's like, "That's my song. Turn it up."
That's my song.
That's
Every
hilarious.
day. They got, I mean, just this, and that's only an iota.
Shit, I gotta get Apple TV then.
I know, I haven't seen the show.
It's a fun. It's a show about these psychiatrists. He's a psychiatrist, and he has a team of other psychiatrists. What's his name from How I Met Your Mother? Jason Sudeikis.
Jason
Segel.
Segel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they have these, and he's decided to take a new approach to psychiatry by being brutal. Like, you know how psychiatrists are supposed to bullshit you to get you to figure it out, not to give you the answer,
Yeah.
but for you to come into it to
Yeah.
yourself. He's like, no, I'm gonna
Do this.
I'm gonna yeah, exactly.
Do
He's
this.
taking that approach. Like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna give you the answer. You're gonna do this. And he's doing that with all of his patients. And Harrison Ford being the boss is all like,
You're doing all that wrong.
you're gonna
against all
fuck
the
up my
rules.
practice, and like
Yeah.
it's a whole it's hilarious.
The neighbor, we got a kick out of her because
The
she's
next
such a
door
nut
neighbor is
job.
hilarious. Yeah.
And they had a Karen moment.
Yeah, I know this is supposed to be about the Emmys, but I
And,
mean,
you have
it's
to
a
watch
great
that.
show.
You're talking about a show that got snubbed. So
It's got snubbed.
Yeah.
All right, what's the next?
So any other things that?
Well, A
from
League of
the-
Their Own, I was really pissed about because that show was really fantastic. I loved
We
the way
didn't
they
watch
did
it.
that,
I'm
and it got
surprised
nothing.
that A League of Their Own, the series.
The
Yeah,
series.
Yeah. Okay.
She's
I'm
like,
never
that
started
movie's
watching
old.
No, not the movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was really ticked off about that one because it was legitimately. I know a couple of other people were talking about like Reservation Dogs didn't get anything again or something
Yeah.
like that. What was another one?
Abbott Elementary's got a bunch of nominations. They're
Yeah.
gonna clean up.
I hear Yellow Jackets is good, but we haven't watched
I haven't watched
yet.
that, of course.
Another series that I heard that got the snub up. Hold on one second. Let me
Told you
just
the
look it
Hot
up.
D did.
Hadi only got like 6 nominations.
Yeah,
I'm
but it was-
surprised. I thought they would clean
Yeah.
up. I thought that but here's another thing about the Emmys right now, especially what's going on with the writer strike and the actor strike. The majority of the shows that are nominated are on streaming. The thing that the writers are upset that they're not getting enough money for because with syndication they would get their fair share of money from network TV, but since things are gone on streaming, that's like a loophole. It's not technically on network TV, so we don't have to pay you, kind of
Yeah,
shit. And that's what
yeah.
they're trying
That's
to
what they're
negotiate.
angry about.
That's what they're angry about.
Yeah.
And that's the majority of the shit that's getting nominated for
Yeah.
Emmys, the streaming stuff.
It feels political, a lot of this.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And then the new update is that the powers that be, the producers are secretly saying that we're gonna just wait it out because we're pretty sure that by the end of the year, when these ungrateful writers and actors can't pay their mortgage,
Yeah, they're like homeless.
and homeless,
then they're gonna make
They'll
gonna
come
come
crawling
crawling
back,
back.
and be like,
Yeah,
"We'll work
exactly.
for you."
But
It's a scare
but
tactic.
this proves that they've been giving you quality writing, quality acting, because the shit that you're putting on your streaming networks are getting all the nomination awards. Maybe it's a big conspiracy, and that maybe it's going to benefit the producers, maybe not. I don't know, but if that's true, that's fucked up. That they're getting these award-winning quality work, and they're like,
and
I'm
they
going to
don't-
keep the money.
And they don't want to pay their writers right.
Yeah.
Like,
No, it's really screwed up, honestly.
Yeah.
Man,
Wholeheartedly
Pedro
it
got
is.
3 nominations.
Yeah.
Wait, what did?
Pedro Pascal.
Oh, yeah, Pedro.
got 3.
Oh
Hell
no,
yeah.
yeah, Spice, yeah.
Which of these shows
Yeah.
that you see right here are you most excited that got nominations?
Say that last question.
Which of these shows that you see are you most excited that got nominations?
The Last of Us.
The Last of Us?
The Last of Us, honestly, I'm really excited about.
Just playing with the button.
I think The Handmaid's Tale got some as well, which I think that show was
I
just
stopped
thrilling.
watching it after like season 2.
Oh,
I gotta catch up.
It ended beautifully.
It ended good because I need to finish it.
beautifully.
Don't tell me, no spoilers.
Yeah, no, I loved it.
And The
I-
Marvelous Miss Maisel.
The
We
Marvelous
really-
Mrs. Maisel.
Oh, we finished that. It ended
I
great.
could eat that show up. I love it. But granted, I grew up as a Gilmore. I mean, I named one of my daughters Lorelai.
She's gonna be the perfect Lois Lane.
So literally love the Gilmore Girls, and then of course she writes the Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
The
and
first
it's like
time
the
I ever
adult
heard the
version.
term Google it was the Gilmore Girls.
Yeah.
I didn't watch the show, but I saw it on a
Oh,
clip.
Oh, I love.
Looks Looks
I
like
love
Google
that
it.
show.
You want
Watch
to
some of
Google it?
these.
It was Gilmore
Have you not
Girls.
watched The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel?
Okay, I'll tell you which of these I've seen. Well, okay, I've seen The Mandalorian. I saw some of Andor. I saw like 10 minutes of the Weird Al Yankovic show. I saw Obi-Wan Kenobi.
All the Star Wars.
Oh no, I'm like your nerd card is
Geek-
showing real hard right
it
now.
It really is
Geek
because
Plus.
Real hard.
because that's it.
But
Okay, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel is comedic genius, very witty, very smart about what it does with its comedy. It's really well done. It, I think, really elevates comedy within like a drama series.
AKA, she's hot.
And she is very hot, and you get to see her titties.
In
Hell
the
yeah.
first,
What? Where
no,
can I
no,
find this
in
show?
season 1.
In season one, like, episode
after
1
she
or
gets
2.
a certain level of fame, she's like, I'm trying to become Lois Lane, so no more
Yeah.
boobies.
Yeah.
Are you
No
telling
more
me this is
boobies.
on Prime Video?
Yes, it's a really
And
I mean,
some Prime
really
boobies
good.
on Prime Video.
Do you enjoy like when you have a
Boobies?
show that yes? Do you enjoy boobies?
Do you enjoy the boobs?
Do you enjoy when
Here's
they
the
do,
infomercial.
when they do like lyrically driven shows where it's like it's almost like it's a volley, like there's a beat to it, a beat to the comedy, a beat to the screenplay, a beat to how they act it. That's what it's like. Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Whenever they're doing their scenes and they're talking back and forth, it's almost like it's music. It has this flow to it, and it's amazing, and I just freaking love that. It's,
Sounds to me like the writing on it is very good.
it is
Sounds
so
like the writers
good.
need to be paid.
It is so good.
All right.
So good.
But that's the shows
Okay.
the shows that are being snubbed. I think they said Yellowstone. Yellowstone
seen
is
that one.
even though I mean, you would think that with all the talk that people with this would probably have one of the highest, if not the most, nominations. Like hardly any.
Oh, okay.
It's like there's it's
Which is
crazy.
a snub for like Beth.
It's been snubbed for
with her,
years.
She's pretty.
I've heard
She's
a lot of
pretty
wonderful
phenomenal.
things about her role in
Yeah.
the show and
Oh,
everything.
you would love Beth.
She
Unfortunately,
will-
yeah, it would make you like stronger. you
'Cause
and
she
Beth.
takes no shit from anyone.
Yeah.
And
This
her man
the
is
whole
fully
conversation
aware of
about
it
Jonah
and
Hill,
just-
she'd have fucking killed me like 5 minutes into it. She doesn't take Beth
And
don't take
he's-
no
and
shit.
her man is so fully aware of it that he's just like,
Yeah. Yeah.
There was a scene in a bar where a woman was flirting with her husband, asking for a threesome or whatever.
he was like, you gotta go. Talk
And he's
to
like,
that
man,
one."
yeah, exactly. It's like
Go
my
over there and
my
talk to
wife.
her.
It's like my wife over there ain't gonna be too fond of you talking to me like that. And then she was all cocky, like,
Like,
well,
I
I'll
don't
go
care.
ask her
He's like,
myself.
"Go on and do
the
it then. Go
second
ahead."
she asked him that question, like, I want to sleep with your husband. She just, what she just put her drink down?
Beat
Oh
the
no!
crap-
Or did she pick the drink
Yeah.
up and
She-
crack the bottle over that
she
girl's?
beat the crap
It was crazy. Yeah,
But even like he just,
Emmy worthy.
she gets crazy sometimes.
Yeah.
And
Emmy worthy.
And he'll just be like, just what would you like me? What is the correct answer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me what you need me to do.
Well,
Yeah.
this is what I want you to say. All right, then that's what we're doing. All right.
Oh my god.
Well, I
So
need-
have you watched The Bear?
No, I've
Have
seen
you-
so much promotion about
Okay,
it.
but
though.
have you? Did you ever work in
It's
like
just
the
meh.
restaurant industry?
Yeah.
Or okay,
It's just
then you're
meh.
gonna fucking love The Bear
Eh.
wholeheartedly.
Okay, is it because like I've there's one movie that I
It's
remember. It's
mid.
called Waiting.
Oh my god, yeah.
Is it
So,
kind of like that?
It's not
No,
the
it's not a
comedy aspect
comedy.
of Waiting, but what it is the
The sucky version of waiting.
it's like well, yes, it's like all
drama.
the hardships that you go through when in that industry really brought to light. Now this
It's like
last
Gordon Ramsay screaming at you all the time.
that, but it's,
it's
like,
like
deeper.
it's like
Raw.
80%
It's like-
dramedy, like 20% comedy.
Yeah,
Stupid.
It's beautifully done, but in this way that if you've been in the industry, you really connect with it. And I will say, this last season, I've binged it like it was the most beautifully cinematically done series. I fell in love with the cinematography of this last season. Literally, I was awestruck.
So you're looking forward to when it loses every nomination?
No, I'm not. I'm really
and
not.
it's on Hulu.
Yes, and did you ever like Shameless?
I have not watched that much of it, but
Lip and Shameless, of course, is the lead.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
if you like, he is not a conventionally sexy man, and I am gay, but that man just like, does it for me every fucking time.
She's like, I know I'm gay, but I touch it.
I'd touch it. I'd touch it. I'd be like, poke, make it do the helicopter.
Oh God. All right. How did this so we come from
I
we
see
come
what
from
you're talking
Emmy
about.
Awards to PB Touch. How do we do that? How do we do that?
You put
Sometimes
me on a panel.
it's like the way that the guy looks at you. You're like,
Yes, I'm like, I'm confused.
Are you talking about
Why
personal
are you confusing
experience?
Me?
Talking about personal experience there, Gio?
He's like, I am.
you would think so, but
Oh my god.
I wouldn't say no to The Rock, Ryan Reynolds,
Ryan.
Mel Gibson.
Oh my god. No, not.
I'm just trying to figure out
No.
I'm just trying to
I'm
figure
sorry.
out
Trying to figure out
Gio's
how
kink.
gay I am.
TikTok
trying-
of a husband and a wife, and the husband.
I'm just trying to figure out his kink.
Oh.
And he was telling her the story.
My
at
kink
the
is
doctor's
apparently there's
office.
boobies in Miss.
All right, let us know what you guys think about the Emmys and the stuff. Like, all right, let's get into it. Mission Impossible. We saw it last week. Full spoilers. Let's do it. If
Let's
you haven't
do
seen
it.
Mission Impossible, we're gonna spoil a little bit of it. I know we're going overtime on this.
Yeah, we got to get through this.
We've got to get through this.
You want to go around and see people's opinions first, and
I want to know your hopes, your desires, your dreams
that
about
part
Mission.
two could
About
even top this one.
let's start with the plot. Okay, so the whole thing is mostly what AI, an AI villain.
Yeah, it's actually a real. I feel like a real look at what AI could do.
And who wants to harness this AI?
The reality of the
Yeah.
problems it could present.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I was saying at the theater, I said, everybody that's on ChatGPT, stop it. Because you're making it too smart and it's going to get the nuclear
I know.
codes eventually.
We're all like, is this like watching a horror movie where you're like, don't run outside? Like,
Yeah.
we're literally going, don't do it. This is bad.
See, if you'd made this movie like more than 10 years ago, it'd be like, nah, AI, we don't
Nah,
care about that.
Nobody gives a shit about
It's a
Skynet.
little too close to home right
Yeah,
now.
now, exactly. So the villain is an artificial intelligence that and there's a TV show on Prime, about a nun, the nun that.
Are you talking about the one that's like a surrealist show?
Yeah.
Where I know
She's
what
a
you're
nun.
talking-
Yeah. It's supposed to be an AI is supposed to be
Yeah.
the enemy.
Yeah.
So it's interesting that now that ChatGPT and all this stuff is starting to become popular, that this is the villain now. Where in the 80s it was like super sci-fi, but eventually these things become reality. In Star Trek, the doors that open by themselves, two guys we're pulling those doors apart. Now, today, if that fucking door at that grocery store doesn't open by itself, you're gonna fucking sue.
Yep.
Like it used to be science fiction.
I know.
And
Well,
now
that's
this
the great
stuff-
thing about it.
Yeah.
That's the great thing about movies is, especially when you're doing a futuristic style movie, is you
Yeah.
would get all these ideas, and a lot of them have come to fruition.
Yeah.
I mean, for
Which
real.
is not exactly science fiction anymore.
No,
Yeah.
that's the
It's-
great part about it. It's the cool
real.
part.
Yeah.
Yeah, the progression of it all.
Yeah, and the way they handled it in this movie is they don't do it in like a cartoonish
Nope.
sort of
Yeah.
way.
Yep.
They do it in
That
a
hunt-
realistic.
Yep.
How'd you like that
grounded
Hunt for
way.
Red October opening with the submarine?
Yes, I thought that was so different, but so cool. I'm like, I really like this. Keep going with this. Yes.
Yeah.
Stay on this submarine, and then the
fact that the AI can control what you're seeing.
Well, that was
And
so
make
realistic.
exactly, and
Yeah.
it's like it speaks on how we are in society as far as with social media.
So, that we're so reliant.
With Instagram models that
Yeah.
show you, like, I'm here in Palm Springs. You're sitting in front of a green screen,
Yeah.
lying your ass off. You're
Yeah.
not fucking famous.
It
Yeah.
was a real testament to the reality of how much we rely on our
Visual aids.
our digital aspect of things. Like literally the whole reason that submarine went down is because not like they were looking out a window. They're
Yeah.
looking at a freaking radar that is digitally driven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
They trusted the
they
instruments.
trusted
Yeah.
the instruments,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that fucked them over.
Yeah,
hardcore.
that hat
Yeah.
on Tabatha's head is not real. That's digital.
digitally there.
That's a green screen.
But it's also a testament on how Tom Cruise makes his movies now, because man, he's been knocking it out of the park. Like,
Let's before I cut to Tabitha, I want to make a disclaimer. We're going to judge the movie on its merits, not how we feel about the people personally. No, fuck it. Go for it, Tabitha. Cut him. Get him. Get
I'm
Tom
not a
Cruise.
fan of Tom Cruise. I actually really am not a fan of Tom Cruise. I don't even think that he is as brilliant as everybody wants to make him out to be. I don't think that this movie is a testament to him. I think it's a testament to the writers. I think they did a really great job with the story for something that's been done over
The
and
writers
over.
who hired?
Doesn't matter who you hired.
Well, it's the collaboration. Like,
yeah,
it's
I
not
get
just
the writers
him, obviously.
Yeah, it's not just him. I'm saying it's not just a testament to him. The writers get their credit of the storyline.
But if he had the foresight to acknowledge that genius in that writing.
I'm sorry, but no, I'm giving the credit to the writers. He can have the credit for his acting because that's what he did. I'll get to him.
He produced it.
And he produced it, yeah.
That's great.
He hired those writers.
And he did a lot of stunts himself.
He's got a lot of money that's exposed to him to have all these great writers and things.
That doesn't mean that he didn't have a great conversation with those writers and go, you're perfect, you're brilliant.
I don't disagree with you on that, but
you still want to discredit him.
Not discredit. I don't want to give him credit.
You just don't want to acknowledge.
I don't want to give him credit for something he didn't do. He didn't write it. The writers did. I want to give the writers the credit, okay?
But who cut the checks?
Why are you trying to take things away from people that deserve it?
Because you're trying to take it away from people who do deserve it.
I didn't take anything away from him. You're trying to take away the credit
you
from a writer.
You literally just said, we'll acknowledge him as an actor.
I want to give credit to the people who didn't do it. I want to give credit to the people who did do it, which is the writers, who are right now struggling to even get ends meet.
Producers deserve those bonuses.
Oh my God. There are times where I really want to put duct tape over him.
Everybody in SAG is like, get him.
For fuck's sake, let the fucking writers have their credit. They did the work. He gets the credit for the work he did.
He gets credit for the check not bouncing.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you that. He's got
She's
money.
a business owner, so she's like, okay, yeah.
I'll give you that.
I gotta give you that one.
For the check not bouncing.
The check didn't bounce.
But he didn't write it. The writers did. And they did a great job creating a storyline that I thought was realistic, that could be really happening right now, that is a conspiracy idea that really affects people in our world today. And they didn't make it, like you said, cartoonish. They really brought in a reality to this real fear that could be happening with our society right now. And I think that they deserve credit for that because they did a really good job for that. They put comedy in there that really fucking hit.
It worked.
It hit so well.
Where it definitely failed. Like I'm gonna compare every day. I'm gonna compare this to what we just saw in Fast X. Everything that we saw in Mission Impossible 7, I kept saying, that's how you should have fucking handled it, with over budget or not. Tom Cruise and the production team, the writers and the actors, everybody, they knew, the director especially, they knew how to, even if it was nonsensical action that was just like unbelievable, it doesn't matter. He still found a way to weave it in a way that was pretty good and entertaining.
Honestly,
I didn't roll my eyes at any point.
I think they won it? Where I really think they want it in the comedy, because a lot of the shit was funny, but where I really feel like they want it is making fun of themselves.
Yeah.
That is where that's where it captured me. I was like, bitch, with the pulling off the mask and like the making fun of the old Mission Impossible movies.
No, that's every Mission Impossible movie. They make fun of that. They've been doing that since part one.
Smartly. I felt like this was not done in a way to where it was ostentatious, is really in my point. Like it wasn't an easy jab. They did it in this smart way that was witty and funny and led into everything.
I agree, but I would also have to say that the at least with the mask thing in every Mission Impossible movie,
that's the point. That's what made it funny.
You mean I would give that accolade to the franchise, not just because they did that perfectly in every Mission Impossible movie.
But I'm talking about the joke made.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying the joke, the way they make it a joke and still make it smart. I'll give every Mission Impossible movie. They've done it.
But like
nice.
Even like when they broke the machine that makes them the freaking mask.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Can you fix it?"
Oh yeah, that was the first. That was the first.
He was like,
the damn
it's broke,
the damn machine broke. I was like, oh shit, no more masks. Oh, that's
the shit I'm talking about. Making fun of themselves, but in this smart way.
Yeah,
creating the comedy in these little small moments that's what really like made me go, okay, this is so much better.
And the performances really, Haley Atwell.
Oh yeah.
Oh, such a great addition.
Must
and
agree.
She is so funny, and she has such good charisma.
People. I think I heard that she was worried that whether or not she would fit. She did.
She fit
She
great.
fit so great just by that first scene alone.
Yeah.
She's pickpocketing. I'm like, he has his match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Ethan Hunt thinks that he's the top dog. No, she can steal from you just as much as she can steal from you.
I love the fact that as a pickpocket, she was humoring him and allowing him to show him those weak ass magic tricks. And she was that's the sign of a genius. You make people believe that you're not as smart as you really are. and she was like, just letting him go. Okay, oh, wow. Oh, it's in that hand now.
Yeah.
Oh, good. And the whole time she was fucking him
Yeah.
over and picking his.
It just helps because of how
one-upping
charming
him.
she is.
She is
Yeah.
very charming. I agree
Yes.
100% with you on that one.
But you know what? She wasn't my favorite.
Not
you
my
know
favorite
who my
either.
favorite was?
Rebecca Ferguson. Vanessa
Palm.
Kirby?
No,
Palm.
Palm.
That was my favorite.
Oh, wow.
Palm.
She
Yeah.
was my favorite.
Mantis.
She was a fucking
She was
badass.
so-
She
cool.
was like the Terminator.
Yes.
And
Silent,
she loved
deadly.
every second of it.
Oh, it was so like.
And
Yeah.
the fact that she enjoyed, like you said, that
Driving
she
that
enjoyed
big
it.
ass truck like down
Yes!
those steps and breaking everything,
Like-
and she's like, "Yeah!"
And I was
like,
and Tabatha was
Yeah.
getting mad at me because I was getting, because you haven't seen Fast X, right?
No.
And because I was getting
No,
mad,
you're
I'm
not
like,
missing
this was
much.
scene by scene. It was the exact same scene in Italy, same country, going down the same fucking steps. That ball, that bomb ball.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
remember?
yeah.
It was the same
Yeah.
fucking scene,
except done better.
except done better.
Well, the joke.
And you actually gave a shit about what was going on.
I was like, damn, Vin Diesel, what the hell?
Is there like a contract that like the movies makers make with places that they can go to make movies? Because the desert scene was in so many major John Wick.
John Wick, yeah.
This movie,
yeah.
that
Everybody was going to
on
the
the
sa-
freaking horse in the freaking desert. Like, why
Everybody
is
co-
everybody
every-
in the
Yeah.
desert?
All these production companies commuted together.
Yes.
Yeah, they
I mean, that's where people can
Uber-
hide, I guess.
Or what is it
It's
called?
like-
What is it called? Uber groups or some shit? I don't know.
Yeah.
They were all commuting together with Uber, I guess. But yeah, speaking of which, I heard that when people were finished with their scenes on like Fast X or Mission Impossible, they would walk over to talk to or to go watch what was being done on the Barbie set. People would be like, "All right, cut," and then they would just
Go to the Barbie
go to
set.
Barbie
Nice.
set. Yeah,
Lucky.
that's like so. Yeah, so
Right.
they're all, yeah, most of these people are all together. Anybody else who stood? I mean, the whole cast did great. Palm,
I really did.
Palm was
Yeah.
just what stood
She
out
was
to
just,
me.
I agree with you
People,
on Palm. 'cause
in the middle of watching it, I was like, people are going to compare her to Harley Quinn, and I'm like, no,
No.
She's her
There was
own.
no
she did
comparison
her
to
own
me.
I said
thing.
if you're going to compare her to any DC character, I told you guys about Punchline. Is another
Yeah, I
DC,
don't
is
know that
another
character, so I'd have to look into it.
because she's a silent but
Yeah.
deadly type, and we know Harley Quinn is not silent.
No.
So, but I was like,
She's
no, she's
very
Punchline. So
vocal.
if you
Mhm.
if you know anything about Punchline, I think that's a better comparison.
I just thought that they brilliantly cast that character. Like they built that character and then put it on her, and she just brilliantly worked it. But
Oh, come on, the awkward moment with the Fiat when she was
oh
like,
my
"What
god,
the fuck
yes,
are you doing?"
yes.
Yeah.
It
Like-
was so good.
When
Aren't
when
you a
the
secret
Fiat was my
agent?
fucking favorite
Yeah.
scene, like wholeheartedly.
The what?
Yeah.
The Fiat
The car,
was
the car,
like
yeah.
where it was
The
like
yellow
going
car.
in the circle. the
Yeah,
entire
because he's so used to Tom Cruise is so used to these luxury cars that that go for these
Yeah.
big engine car, and then
Because he's a
and
super
then now
secret
now
agent.
the now the safe car is a Fiat,
Fiat.
and he is having
And
trouble.
not just that, he's handcuffed to her, so he had to like make the comedy
Yes,
between them. We're like,
yes.
no, you're driving. Okay, shit, I'm driving now.
Yeah.
That whole conversation was hilarious because it was almost a joke about like failure to perform,
Yeah.
like the way he looked at her like this has never happened before.
That's exactly how I took it too, because I was dying.
And she was like, "Oh no, it's fine. It happens.
this
To,
okay?"
it
He's like-
happens to every guy."
He's like, you know what? It really is Mission Impossible right
Yeah.
now.
And I gotta give it up to the choreographers of like the action scenes and,
Yeah.
and that stuff, with especially with that Fiat scene. You know, like when they were rolling down the stuff and they were going head over
It's real.
but like when they ended up switching seats and like because of the
Because
hands
The
they're
on-
tumbling.
rolling down-
Oh,
tumbling
oh
down.
yeah.
and she goes, "Damn it!"
Yeah, because she didn't want to be behind the
didn't wanna
driver's seat,
drive.
and then the car, then the car tumbles, and
Yeah.
they switch seats. Like, how the fuck
Fuck
does
did
this happen?
happen?
I thought that was actually and those
The,
little
the
moments
comedy,
were
yeah, the
brilliantly
comedy was
done.
the comedy
Yeah.
was woven
and
in
how
very
they
good.
escape from it, I'm like, how are they gonna? Nope,
Yeah,
nope.
yeah,
You
yeah.
gotta go right into that tunnel. They just
Yes.
reverse right into like, shit. Okay,
The
They're-
whole
they're
movie,
gone.
you're asking yourself, how is he gonna? Like every Mission Impossible movie, I was like, I know he's gonna make it out of this. I know it. But this one, I was like, I said, this was their. And there was another movie I recently compared to this. I said this was their end game. This was not end game. Not Infinity War.
Infinity
This,
War,
this
the
was
next
their
one's gonna be their
Infinity
Endgame,
Wars,
right?
where like on Fast X was their Infinity Wars. That was setting it up where the bad guy sort of wins,
Yeah,
kind of a
bring
thing,
back The Rock and Gal
to
Gadot
set up
for
the
some
part
reason.
to set up part 2. But in this one, unlike Fast X, like when people died, they died. Like even in the middle of Fast, like spoil if you haven't seen Fast X, but when John Cena blew up, I was like, he's probably still alive.
Yeah.
Literally blew up.
See,
but I'm like, he's gonna like in part 2, he's gonna be like, "Who? That was close." Watch. But
Can't see me.
but yeah, exactly. Yeah, they can't see. But in Mission Impossible, like they let you see. Like you know how they say that if you don't see the death, it's not
real.
No,
Yeah.
like you saw the knife going in. You saw the bullets going in. You saw it. Like there's no doubt who did.
Yeah.
She did. Like he did. Like that's it. So the stakes were like I didn't even think Tom was gonna make it. I was like,
and that's what you want in a movie like this.
I agree.
That's why, for me personally, for me, the train sequence at the end was my favorite, especially when it's going down after every cart. I'm like, holy shit! Like this is so awesome. It reminds me of the Lost World Jurassic Park when they're the part of the bus is like over the cliff and they're hanging and like it's just so tense and they're afraid of falling. It's just. That's what reminded me of. I'm like, this is so cool, so tense.
I agree with you on that train scene too, because I really liked how there was when they got into the train and then they were like hanging, crawling through the next. Like I liked that they did it to that extent.
It was step by step.
It was step by step. It wasn't that they just got
it
in
wasn't
the
a
train
quick,
and they're like, okay, no, you were like, shit.
It wasn't a quick. It wasn't a
going.
quick John Cena moment. Like, ooh, that was close.
They like kept going at it. You're like, shit. I don't know if they are gonna make this. They might fall down.
The part with the piano.
Oh yeah, that like yes.
Shit.
I was like, bitch, just jump.
Joy is so out of context. Like piano.
And another bit about the comedy where she kept grabbing him and she was like,
that was
I
love that realism. Like they didn't make her 100% like a like. Okay, you've only been mixing with these people for 5 minutes, and
she was still scared.
5 minutes later you're an instant badass. No, she still because even me, even if I was in that situation, even if I did some amazing things a few minutes earlier, I would have been terrified. In that moment, I would have did the exact same thing. Like, no, fuck that. No.
If Tom Cruise is telling you, jump over here, the piano's gonna crush you.
I'd have been like, no, fuck you. Come over here. No, you come over here.
I'd be like, bitch, catch me.
Yeah. Like the whole time where Tom didn't really know. Like I guess because the last actors that was in this place were about to die. Well, I forgot the actress's name, and then she's pretty much filling that void that is being left behind by Rebecca Ferguson.
So sad.
Yeah, but Miss Atwell is great. She's now filling that void. But I love the fact that throughout the whole movie, while she had no reason to trust Tom Cruise, Ethan Hunt, she had no reason to trust him at all, and he didn't really know her either. But he still was trying to prove to her, like, I know I don't know you, but I'm not gonna let anything happen to you. I promise. Like that's at a
that
core.
Builds that trust.
The character. I'm not saying Tom is like this. Maybe he is. Maybe he is. I don't care. But Ethan Hunt, a total stranger, was like, I'm not gonna let you fall. I'm not gonna let you die. He even told him in that speech. Remember that speech? I can't promise you that you're gonna. I promise you that if it's me or you, it's gonna be I will take the bullet. I will die first. I love that moment in the movie.
Well, I think it really, and honestly, I really did like that they hit a lot of his own mental issues in regards to why he's where he's at, why he has these complications.
Why he wants everybody to survive. Yeah.
Why he wants no one's help for like a lot of it because
and why the AI knew that about him.
I thought that was a really good take into the character complexity of it all.
Yeah.
Like I really enjoyed that aspect of because it gave you this sort of behind the scenes mental struggle that he's doing as to why his behaviors are the way that they are.
He would rather have something happen to him
than anybody else.
Than to anybody else, or especially his team.
Yeah.
Because he loves his team.
Yeah.
And like
there's got to be a way.
Yeah.
There's got to be a way to.
Well, and they started that out. Remember the decipher where he was like asking the questions. And
that was so good. I love that it was riddles.
Usually in these types of movies, the AI when the villain is that many steps ahead of you and knows everything about you. I mean, the only way to defeat them is in the end by coming up with some unorthodox method. But
going against the grain.
Going against the grain.
Yeah.
But the AI already calculated that. Because Ethan was the way he was, I love the fact that the AI calculated this is the one man who can beat me and will beat me. It wasn't no, I've already figured out every move and I've beat you 10 times over, and then the hero figures out some unorthodox way of defeating him. No, the AI calculated Ethan Hunt will beat me. So we got to try to throw everything at him. And I love the fact that they threw that at us in the middle of the movie. Like the AI is scared.
Yep.
Like they've never done. Yeah. They in these types of movies, Skynet is always like, oh, I've seen the future. I win in every calculation. I know every move. No, this dude, the AI calculated, and it was like, fuck.
They're like, don't get the keys.
Ethan's gonna beat me.
Don't get the keys, please. Don't put them together.
Well, and it was a matter of, yes, the AI knew that Ethan was the one, and that was the 1% route that it could take. But then what it did was it conveniently picked everything that would make it difficult for that 1% of success rate.
That's why he jumped off that cliff.
Yes, and that's why, like, for example, you had the supportive villain for the AI. That's why it was that character. And I love that all those little details in that, like what you were talking about in that middle scene, sort of came true as to, oh, this is why this person, oh, this is why this is here. And so you got to follow that trail and then go, okay, is Ethan going to follow his normal patterns, or are we going to get
I thought he was gonna kill when they calculated when they said the algorithm is putting you in front of the one man who is from your past that will trigger you.
Yeah.
So and you got to understand that that's the reason why the algorithm chose this man, this one guy from your past. And he's like, you got to fight against your instincts to kill him. I know you want to kill him. I know you. I still thought Ethan was gonna kill him.
I honestly did too.
But that's the second time Tom Cruise has put himself in a movie, like, because he did the same thing. And what was that movie where the
Oblivion?
No, the people could see the future crimes, where he was a police.
True crime. Oh no, the
shit.
Hold on. The Cogs people.
Yeah.
With the siblings.
It was the same exact scenario where he was put in front of the one man that he had every justifiable reason to kill the person. And then he had him dead to rights, and he goes, "You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say." And he does the right thing.
Wait, what movie are you talking about?
It was
where he's a cop.
Where he's a cop, and they stop future crime.
They
stop future crimes.
Tell who's going to
kill
who.
People in the live chat, if you know what we're talking about, let me know.
Minority Report.
Minority Report.
Wow, and I've never even seen that.
God, that's
what the hell?
Struggling. That's a great movie. By
It's
the
a
way.
great movie.
No, I need to watch that movie.
It's the second time that he's been put in that situation.
That's true.
And he rose above it. Tom Cruise is trying to tell the world that he has a strong will. He's trying to win you over, Tap.
I will say though about this movie, I don't think it's as good as Fallout. I love Fallout.
Really?
Yeah.
I think this was
I think it's better.
I think it's
Wait. Which is the one with Paula Patton?
Paula Patton, that's Ghost Protocol.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Fallout's the one with Henry
Paula
Cavill.
Patton.
Oh, well, I mean.
I think Henry Cavill.
Do I need to put Paula Patton's
I like
picture
him as
up?
a villain.
I don't
Baby,
know.
permission to put Paula Patton's picture up.
Yes, permission.
She goes, nah.
Ghost Protocol. Paula Big Booty Patton.
I just thought this one was done well, especially for something that's technically a similar storyline in the sense of we know that there's a mission. We know that he's gonna. It's an impossible.
We know that it's
a mission. We know that it's impossible, and he's going to be successful. Like
what gave you that idea?
It is literally the most obvious thing that they've done over
time.
and over again.
Anything's impossible. Who can do it?
Yeah.
Ethan motherfucking Hunt.
Yeah. So for us going into it knowing that, I was pleasantly surprised with this storyline. I really was.
It's just fun.
Yeah.
And
it's a fun movie.
And the action is so great.
Okay.
And
I thought it wasn't overdone. That's something I can give. And normally I'm like, oh God, it's like it can get overdone. And I'm very, very opinionated about some motorcycle stuff, just because that's my world. And I thought they did a really good job of making it realistic. Yet he's still utilizing this, and it's an action-driven thing.
And I think I know why. It's because you like the characters.
Oh yeah.
Probably.
Here's why Tabatha really likes it. I'll tell you here it is. Haley Atwell, Rebecca Ferguson, Vanessa Kirby, Palm Clemente.
A lot of sexy ladies.
That's why. That's one. Yeah.
We have all those ladies in one room.
Yeah. At the look, hey babe, I'll tell you right now what happened when the credits started to roll and we got up. I looked down and I was like, don't worry, they can clean the seats.
I mean, it is what it is. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Miss Splash Waterfalls over here.
I'm not scared.
There's just sometimes there's a way that Haley Atwell will look at the camera. I'm like,
Yeah.
me?
You're like, damn, Captain America, it should have been me. Anyway, all right. Well, we loved it.
I'll give it
for me rating. We don't do. It's not a numbers grade. It's a letter grade.
It's a letter grade.
Yeah.
All
What
right.
And you can do minuses and pluses.
What is your?
Alright.
What is your?
For me.
For me.
For me, it's an A.
Okay.
It's an A.
Yep.
Okay.
It's an A.
You
What
want me to
about-
go next?
Go next.
All right. I would have to say, for me, it lacked Paula Patton. But where it lacks in Paula Patton,
It
makes
gains in Haley.
it gains in a lot of Palm.
Yep, a lot of
A little Rebecca, but a hell of a lot of Haley.
Yeah.
Hell of a Haley. For me, I'm gonna give it a B plus. Because it's not because Ghost Protocol is still my favorite, but this is my second favorite.
Where does Fallout go into that?
Why do you keep bringing up Fallout? Like that's
Because
got to be
it's
my favorite because
awesome?
that's your favorite.
It is my favorite.
Ghost Protocol is my favorite.
Oh my God.
This is my second favorite. Well, then Fallout would be my third favorite, I guess. For me, it's a B. You gave it a A. I gave it a B.
A.
Right now, technically, is at an A minus.
And this is out of the Mission Impossibles, or are we just doing overalls?
Because I mean,
This
there's also
Rogue
Nation.
No,
which was,
Mission
it
Impossible
was
7.
good, too.
What is your grade for this movie?
Okay, so for Mission Impossible, I actually give it for me, I give it an A.
For me.
For me, what's that? Two
If
A's
it-
and a B plus.
Yeah, if we're talking out of all
A
the
plus?
Mission Impossibles, I'm going to give it an A plus because this one's my favorite.
Then this would be an A
Then,
plus.
yeah, Fallout will be A plus for me, and then I'll give Ghost Protocol A minus.
We're not rating all the movies. This is Mission Impossible 7. We're only rating in
We're
that.
bringing up all the others, so I just slid right in there to that same conversation. So don't be giving me that critique.
All right, let us know what you guys think about Mission Impossible. Will you go see it? Did we spoil it all for you?
Go watch in IMAX. Do
Go
it.
Oh
wa-
yeah,
yeah.
get the vibrating seats.
Oh,
Those
God.
bitches
And Dolby
be
Cinema?
I
great.
meant
Shit.
I mentioned that in
Yeah.
my tweet. I said my out of the theaters coverage of
It
it.
was
This one over
great.
here, Miss
At
Les.
first, and there's a lot of it. I was like, what the fuck? Oh shit.
She was like, oh, Tom, I didn't know that you had it in you.
It wasn't Tom. Yeah,
He
it wasn't
produced
Tom.
it.
It wasn't Tom. It was Palm.
He hired those sound editors, those sound effects guys that
Wasn't
made
him.
you rumble.
Nope, it was that chair. That chair was
Just letting
great.
you know, the director was also the writer.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Christopher McQuarrie, who directed like the last 3 Mission Impossible movies.
Okay.
So.
Oh, okay. So,
Hell yeah.
So him and Tom got that good relationship. They
Yeah.
got that good.
Like he has those good connections with people who are good in the business. I mean, I don't know. I think Tom knows who to work with.
God
really.
bless you, Tom Cruise.
Oh God.
I just try to piss her off.
Make another
Cruise.
Top Gun movie,
Bless
please.
you, Tom Cruise. He'll be
Tom.
95 years old,
Wait.
doing stunts off his
And he's
off his
61.
rascal.
He's starting to look old though. I can tell. Like he's got
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
jowls now.
this was the first time that the baby
Yeah.
blood started to wear off.
I was like, oh
I could
shit.
see it.
I
Yeah.
went to him. I was like, he's starting to look old.
And he said that he wants to make Mission Impossible movies until he's Harrison Ford's age, and he's 80.
And
So
he
that's
sh-
another
no,
20 years,
What's his
right?
name? Hawkeye. What's his name?
Jeremy Renner?
Yeah, Renner. Yeah, well, I was like, don't Renner me. Like Renner went through that phase where he was getting all these franchises. He was supposed to take over for the Mission Impossible franchise,
Yeah.
and then Tom took it right back.
Yeah,
he
Tom's
was
like,
supposed to
nah.
take over for the Brad Pitt? Not Brad Pitt.
Born stuff.
He was supposed to take over
Matt
for
Damon?
Bourne for Matt Damon,
Yeah.
and then Matt Damon took it back. That's why I kept saying don't prat. Don't prat. But I was saying don't prat me or don't
Renner.
don't Renner me.
Don't
Yeah,
Renner me.
he got Rennered. So I mean, yeah, Tom
I
should
would watch Renner and then I
Tom
like
should
Renner.
have hung it up. But I mean, but he still does it.
I thought he did a great job
Did a
with
great
his
job.
acting, and I thought his action skills were really good. Honestly, I'll give him that. But
But that's all you'll
not a
give
fan
him.
Fan of him. So
All right, you can't take your personal politics out of this. You can't.
no.
Like,
Anyway,
no Scientology for me.
all right.
He still, I think, is a good filmmaker.
I was looking
I don't
up.
doubt that.
Let us know what you guys think. I was looking up something I thought that was pretty funny. I looked up this website from BuzzFeed, famous sayings with a weird origin.
getting late, by the way.
Okay. We'll rapid fire this. A sight for sore eyes.
Okay.
A sight for sore eyes. Any idea where that saying came from?
A sight for
A
sore
sight for
eyes.
sore eyes? No.
Yeah. All right.
No.
We were in the middle of our big ass talk, and I forgot.
It's not like a war-driven thing.
Well, let me.
Or is it like, oh, you see it and you don't want to, and it like scars you or something?
No, babe. Any idea where a sight for sore eyes came from?
Yeah, I mean,
I have zero clue.
it's usually old stuff, so I don't know. People had the plague.
right, let's
and
look
they
it
were
up
so
here.
happy they could see.
I looked up a
again.
website where from BuzzFeed, and we'll do this every week until we get through all 22. 22 famous sayings with weird origins you might not know. A sight
For sore eyes.
for sore eyes. Writer Jonathan Swift, probably most famous for Gulliver Travels, used the phrase in the 1700s. The quote, "The sight for you is good for sore eyes," was found in a work titled "A Complete Collection of," was it gentile and
Ingenious
ingenious. I can't
conversation?
spell. Ingenious conversation. I looked up later what it was about, but because I went through all my drama with everything that was messed up, I didn't have time to really deep dive into this. A sight for I just thought, honestly, I just thought that it was a quote that somebody said to a pretty lady. You are a sight for sore eyes.
A sight. The sight for you is good for sore eyes.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's
I mean,
it.
the concept has
It's
always
flirt.
been you're a
It's-
sight for sore eyes,
you're-
meaning you're
you're-
healing to the look.
you're-
You're good to look at.
Yeah.
So, I was curious if it was derived out of some sort of like.
I thought it.
People my age
Injury.
don't say this.
Oh,
I mean, people
I
say
do
it
actually
more.
make that statement.
You're a sight for sore eyes.
Yeah, it's pretty common.
You're a
for my
sore for side
generation.
eyes.
A sight for sore eyes.
I had a whole thing about it, but because we're running out of time, we're
Yeah, we
not,
do
we're
gotta
not
get
gonna.
going.
Yeah,
we're not
my
gonna
birthday
get
is in like what?
Oh Lord!
I'm
not
I
gonna
like how
wish
he's
you a-
sliding
few
this in.
hours.
He's sliding this in.
I'm not gonna wish you a happy fucking birthday. Who wants to?
Yeah,
read?
you do.
let's-
Yeah, you do.
Fuck that. Let's go into Reddit. Fuck.
Ugh.
Your,
What do you
That's
get
a
your
good
doing?
birthday. Your birthday is a sore for side eyes. I stalked my husband for 2 years before I formally met him. Anybody want to read this for me?
All right.
I'll read it.
You got it
I am not the original post. Okay.
right here.
I, 24 female, married my husband, 28 male. I'm 28. What the hell? About a year and a half ago. The first time I saw my husband, I was a freshman in high school. He was a freshman in college. He was walking his dog at the park when he stopped to talk to my brother, 27 male, because they happened to go to high school together. That was the moment I became hooked. The same day I found his Instagram, his family's social media, and also where he lived, since my brother offered to walk him home while I tagged along. When I got home that day, I knew I wanted him, but of course, I was only 14 while he was 18, so I came up with a plan.
Oh shit.
I found out his younger brother was only 1 year younger than me and would be attending my current high school. I figured that I had to befriend his younger brother by any means possible next year when he moves up as a freshman while I become a sophomore, and I did. It took around halfway of my junior year where we became best friends, and he invited me over regularly to his house to hang out. This is where I was able to befriend my current husband's mom. And God, that she loved to talk to him. From her, I found out what college he goes to, his past girlfriends, what his elementary/middle school was, his favorite, least favorite foods, his pet peeves, what he likes, etc., etc. Eventually, when my visits started getting more and more frequent, I formally met current husband again. Current husband, I call him E, would come over every other week and stay for either Friday through Sunday or Saturday to Sunday. On those days, specifically, I would wear my cutest outfits to impress him and also joke around with him a lot. Eventually, I befriended him as well. A little background on E. He is the school record holder for a certain sport at my school, which I just so happened to do, of course. And around halfway through my senior year, E came back during the season to help coach the current high school athletes, which included me, in order to get... Oh my God. In order to get some more volunteer work hours in, I got to spend a lot more time with him. I loved every second of it. When we were friends before, but then we became much closer since I got to spend lots of extra time with him after school, where sometimes He would even drive me home since we live relatively close. Okay, this is a lot to read. So,
Fast forward.
Okay, fast forward to when I had more time away, when I had to move away to NYC for college. E moved with me since he coincidentally got a job near my college. And I lied, it wasn't a coincidence. I found out he got a job offer and applied to a college nearby his workplace.
This shit is creepy.
Yeah. Being each other's only friends in a new state, we became incredibly close. We started dating when I was almost a sophomore year of college. He proposed to me after I graduated, and we just got married almost a year ago. He knows absolutely nothing about how I truly know him and believes it is fate that brought us together through his younger brother. Lately, I've been debating on whether or not I should tell him, or at least his younger brother, the truth, since the only reason I befriended him was to get closer to E.
That's cruel. No.
I feel guilty every time he tells others our love story because the truth is, I've known him for 10 years, while he's only known me for about 7. Update, I read a reply saying that the best thing for myself is to keep it a secret, which is what a lot of people are saying. But the best thing for him is to tell him, and I figured that person really is right. I will be telling him this Tuesday on his day off, and he deserves to know who he married.
All right, real quick, what do you think?
Whoa.
First of all,
Is she loony? Is she okay? The damage is already done. Mommy's already got her.
I think
You already reeled that thing in, you know?
is anybody else noticing the inappropriate age difference here?
Yeah.
While this was going on and like them getting to know each other and all that good stuff. Like
Getting
that
to
feels
know
very
you.
inappropriate. One. Two, the only thing that it would do to tell the younger brother is that would hurt the younger brother. Why in the world would you
And
tell
he
that
would
person?
tell his brother anyway.
But why would you tell him that the only reason I'm friends with you was so that I could get to your brother? That's cruel. That's just straight up cruel. You
Damn.
don't do that. That's not cool.
Yeah.
And
I think the best, just don't even say
say
it.
anything. All
Yeah.
telling him.
Yeah, he
is
already
going to
won.
do-
Why-
You've already told the internet. Isn't that enough?
Like,
Yeah.
the only thing that though telling this secret.
Oh,
though,
wait,
is-
what? Are we talking about Jonah Hill's ex right now?
Yeah.
I know. The only thing I think that telling this guy, I do not think that's funny.
I know.
The only thing that I can tell about her telling her husband is that that's only to relieve her of a secret. I don't think that's going to do her husband any good. It's going to make him feel like their entire relationship is a lie, which it is. It's going to create doubt and distrust. It's not going to do anything for the relationship in any sort of way. I see no good coming from this truth,
He's just
other
gonna
than
be
her
like,
own.
Well, now I can see the links that you
Wait,
would go through to
wait.
do anything.
Okay, I
Well,
gotta read
we're
this.
going to get to that in a
There's
second.
an
But
update.
what was you going to say about it? You said,
I mean, he sees the links that you would go to do
hey,
anything.
she's got your back no matter what, right?
No, I'm not saying that.
You got to sleep with one eye
Okay.
open. If you'd have found, Tabs, if you'd have found out that this happened to you, what would you do?
I'd be entirely creeped out.
Damn.
Well, cat's out the bag, because
Let's go. All right, let's go with the update. Okay, what
I
happened?
told him this 4th of July, after the fireworks mostly ended and we were heading back, I asked him in the car, would it have been weird if we met each other for the first time we actually met? Wait. Let me rephrase it. Wouldn't it have been weird if we met each other before the first time we actually met, but we just didn't think of each other as significant at the time? He smiled and turned to me saying, that's impossible. There's no universe where we would have met and I would not think of you as significant. That statement struck me in the heart because I knew I would soon prove that sentence very wrong. But I continued on with my plan anyway. What if I told you we have met each other before? Before that time I was introduced as E's little brother's friend. He looked at me like I was crazy, so that's when I pulled over on the side of the road and pulled out my phone to show him the post I put up here before that explained everything. Oh my God, you show him Reddit.
He took about 8 minutes to read the whole thing, and when he finished, he put his phone down and stared straight ahead, almost like he was dumbfounded, scared, and confused all at the same time. I started throwing out every excuse and apology I could muster, and the moment for about 15 minutes straight when he decided to tell me to stop, and I did. Then he just sat there and sobbed uncontrollably for about 10 minutes before he finally asked me how much of our relationship and how much of my identity was fabricated according to his liking. I told him the honest truth. None of my personality or identity was fabricated for him except for the fact of how we met. The only thing I ever changed about myself to make him like me more was lying about liking Chinese food. I hate Chinese food. But other than that, everything else was real, although my friendship with his younger brother was built upon ill intentions. My friendship between his brother and I are now one of the most genuine friendships I have now.
Okay, where does this end?
I know this is forever the longest one.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So 2 more paragraphs.
He just cried and told me that he does not want to divorce at all, but he does want us.
Oh, okay.
But
he does want us to have some time apart. So that he can absorb the truth that I gave him. He also said that he expects me to tell his brother and mom this Friday because they deserve to know the truth just as much as he did. I told him okay, and we drove the rest of the ride home in silence. When we got home, he hugged me and cried for about 5 minutes before he got out the car, packed his stuff, and said that he will be staying at a nearby hotel for now. He said that he knows that he still loves me, but he does not yet know how to react to the fact that the beginning of our relationship was very, very orchestrated. To sum it all up, I guess telling him was a success? I honestly don't know.
Was she trying to blow up the relationship? She was like, I'm done with him now. What is this?
He sent me a good night and I love you text last night while he was at the hotel. So I guess he's not as mad as he may be betrayed.
Update number 2. Woke up this morning to find out that hubby not only lied about going to a hotel to stay at, but also lied about not wanting a divorce through a text message. He went to his family's home, not a funky hotel, told them the entire story himself, probably exaggerated it to make me seem crazy. His whole family wants nothing to do with me, claims I'm a psycho. He said that he lied about going to a hotel because he knew if he told the truth, I would try to stop him. Honestly, I feel so betrayed. You feel betrayed. I tried to be a good wife by showing him the true me. Yeah, years later, and this is what he does. And I did all the work just for it to end up like this. Honestly, I kind of deserve it. I didn't even tell him in the first place because I felt bad. I told him before he knew, largely because I found out he was keeping my old phone in his work desk. My old phone that has screenshots of lots of the old Instagram posts, plans, and my notes apps about him, etc. So I guess he never truly loved me if he can't even get past an honest confession. An honest confession of your lies. I might update in a few years when I find a new husband. LOL. This is all a joke to her.
This is manipulation at its definition. She manipulated their encounter, manipulated the start of their relationship, manipulated the relationships around her just so that she could get what she wanted. She literally asked his mother what he liked, what he didn't like, so she could have all the information to manipulate his feelings for her. Why in the world would he want to stay with her? Yeah. Who wants to be manipulated into loving someone? That's what she did.
This is what I always joke about, babe. When I always say that when you're in an argument with your spouse and then you they call you out for something and then you go, well, you've done that exact same thing too. And then what is the same thing I always say? They always go, that's not the point. She's 100% doing it. I know I did a bunch of crazy stuff, but you didn't have to tell your family about it. But you're crazy. That's not the point.
This shit is no.
This is infuriating for Tabs, baby.
No, it's so infuriating. Like
this whole relationship is a lie.
No shit.
That's not the point, Gio.
How could you claim you love someone when you built your relationship literally on manipulation and lies?
I built his love on my lies, which should cover up the love really should cover up the lies.
Truthfully, doesn't really even know what she likes.
Correct. She ended it with an LOL. She doesn't care.
She didn't date people and learn her likes. She just focused her entire life on
this one guy,
one dude,
on an inappropriate age. She was 14. And he was 18. Hey, people. Oh, my God. People need therapy so much.
That's not the point.
Oh, man.
All right. Well, end the show off.
What a way to end the show.
Jeez Louise.
End the show off real quick. But before I do, let me.
I want to see the first comment.
I got to move that in there. I got to say hello, everyone from Chicago. That's Daniel. I always say when any super chats that comes in, they
Yeah,
get,
that's my friend Danny.
there you
He's
go.
in Chicago right now for a work. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
really cool.
Cool. Any other comments that we missed over? She is horrible, but basically plain.
people
Talking about
just-
Colleen Ballinger. Oh, with the
Let's not get back on that. We've moved past her. She's of no importance. Let's not give her the time of day.
Colleen
The
has
less said
always
about her, the
needed.
less exposure she
Hey,
has.
She gets exactly.
Oh, he goes. Colleen has always needed a mild nose job. So he got on
Yeah.
there with you with that at least.
Gotta get that nose
So he's
job.
not. So Kane isn't all the way on the
We gotta-
Colleen.
we
She
gotta-
has always needed a mild nose job. What is this? Adam is a
Even,
liar.
even Danny said someone played her apology
think
song
it's-
on Guitar Hero.
Yeah. Hey, Michael. Hey, what's going on, buddy? To end it all off, I'm just looking to see if there was any other significant ones. That'd be like dating
Some guy
a
said he's Team Chris.
that'll like being
That was
dating
about the Jonah Hill thing.
the Jonah
Of
thing?
course they are.
Yeah,
Because
Oh,
you know.
Yeah, because all men what?
all men are on the
What?
same
What are you
side.
gonna say? No. Let her finish. Let her finish.
Finish what? I didn't need to. I was talking to Joy. Joy knew what I was saying.
And
The
somebody
cons-
laughed
I'm
at
gonna let
me,
you
but I
finish.
have no idea what I said.
The
So I
conspiracies.
don't know what that was in relation to.
I think that's all. That's all. I missed a little since my.
Some people
sister
didn't
brought
want to
home
hear
dessert.
Mission Impossible.
Yeah, there's a lot of
spoilers.
people that turned the volume down because they didn't want to listen to the spoilers.
Oh, sorry. Well, I told you there's gonna
Yeah.
be some spoilers. My
They-
bad.
yeah, like, what was it? Tom Cruise wanted to release the movie a little early because they only have a 1 week window before Barbie and Oppenheimer open next week.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's why we saw it early.
Your bad, Tom.
And now people can see it. They can go watch it right now.
It was-
it came out literally Tuesday. Yeah.
The amount of conversation we had during our spoilers talk, you still wouldn't get.
Oh, there's still so much
still
in
so
there.
much in there. You wouldn't.
Yeah.
There's no way in the world we could have spoiled
Yeah.
enough. But that's that. That is it. Let me go around the table. These very tired people that got to drive really, really far, and tell them I appreciate you for stopping by. Tabatha, if you're not gonna throat punch me later on, where can people find you online?
Y'all can find me on TikTok at Let's Have Fun 012 and on Instagram at Tabatha.Jordan.18. That's me.
And Giovanni, the Giant, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Geo the Real Giant or on my YouTube channel called The Unoriginal Comics, on all the social media platforms on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube at The Unoriginal Comics.
All the classics. And baby, if people want to reach out to you, what can they do so online?
My TikTok is Viola Fagan, and my Instagram is Scrub Hats and Mori by Joy.
And guys, you know you can find me at Chris W. Fagan on all the socials or at T3 Medias. Appreciate you guys for joining us for another raunchy, high, tension kind of. If I turn the camera off now, she's gonna punch me.
He's a little scared.
But you can still keep the audio going.
Yeah, Gio
I can
loves.
punch quietly.
Damn it. Guys, let us know what you guys think. Appreciate you guys in the comments section. Sorry that we had to rush it and couldn't do the chats the way we normally do. We obviously we went overtime, and with how it is. Whenever something goes wrong, I totally screw the pooch.
He
So
likes to screw the pooch.
I don't like that saying. I don't even know why I say
Screw
it.
the pooch.
Like having sex with a dog. Why do people come up with that saying? Screw the pooch. Till next time, guys. Good night and sayonara, motherfuckers. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button, like, and comment your thoughts on this topic or any topics that you think that we should talk about in upcoming videos. Also, you can follow us at T3 Medias on Instagram, Twitch, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and we also have a T3 Media Studios podcast where we post our movie reviews and episodes of The Rundown. Till next time, guys.